Alright, so there we go. Hello, this is May of the Night, and welcome back to another live stream. Just a chill stream today. Trying to get a lot of things done today. And I happened to get Paladin level 70, so because I had Samurai, and this Samurai level 70 as well, I figured let me get this stuff out of the way today before tomorrow's stream, where I'll be doing a whole bunch of side quest content. And while I'm going to be doing that as a bit of a longer stream, I don't want that to get too long. So let's get those done and out of the way today. So I'm going to be doing all of Stormblood's, or Samurai's job quest for Stormblood. And I'm going to do the same thing for Paladin. That's the main goal just for today. Get those done. I have like a couple other things I want to get done as well, but that is the focus for now. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Again, this is kind of just a chill stream. Not too much focus on stuff, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. Let's we'll get into it here. So Samurai, I'm wearing all the Scavian gear. So that's the current status of where I am. So let's just jump right into it. If you remember from when I last did the job quest for this, I ended up at level 60, which got me to the point where our master was wanted to oh geez, I'm trying to remember what happened. The first set was like going around like to different parts of Eorzea to try and find evil in quotes, to get you know what, let's just do a quick look here, because that's kind of what, you know, samurai do. They look for evil and Disciple of War job quests. And that was kind of a way to find evil and expunge it so that they can, and it's twofold, just to kind of get us training and yeah, really it was more training, but then at the end, let's see, I don't quite remember. Wow, it's been a while. We use Momozigo to kind of find some connections and blood on the deck. Okay, let's see. I'm having a hard time remembering what happened here. It's been a while. Found an issue in Lominsa. Then we headed to Gridania, and if I remember correctly, apprehended by the Twin Adder because he committed a crime of some sort. And then here at 58, we went to Ishgard and of the suicide story. Distresses occurs. The old samurai dashes off to investigate, finds a right. There was some person like harassing some people, and we ended up saving him, and then so he was sick, right, and that was it. Oh right, okay, so he wants to go after his former pupil who did some issues, right? Like so it's his duty to kind of punish him, right, for his crimes. Instead of atoning with his life, however, he fled to Eorzea because he didn't want to end his own life. That and declares his intent to go after Kogarashi. The man's crime, he reveals, was to create a killer. His people slaughtered numerous dignitaries in Hingashi, and by the laws of the land, Kogarashi was held equally responsible for heinous deeds. Instead of atoning with his life, however, he fled with it to Eorzea, and it falls to Musashi to bring him to account. Yet try as he might, he has been unable to render justice onto the fugitive. Strong as you have become, Musasai is confident that you will be able to accomplish that which you could not, and so he assigns your final trial. Defeat Korogashi. You set off with your master for Twin Pools, where the villain is said to be hiding. For he is Kogarashi, the loathsome wretch who caused countless deaths yet feared his own. Having lamented failing his pupil and living in disgrace, he demands once more that you render him out to punishment. So yeah, I didn't quite get that. So what happened to his actual pupil, or did he not have a pupil? Anyway, so we fight him, and then he's dying, and so he dies, and then we bury him. Now, before he died, he wished to leave behind a pupil in whom he had poured all of himself. Expresses his hope that you'll carry on his legacy. Okay, so that's kind of where we left off. Momozigo is wearing a sheepish look that suggests a favor is coming your way. A woman had come calling on Musasai at the inn. Judging by her appearance, she's a compatriot and a samurai. At that time, I couldn't bring myself to break the news to her, but in hindsight, perhaps it's best that it came from you anyway, seeing as you were Musasai's pupil. The visitor is in front of the quicksand. You'll recognize her by her dignified air. And sure enough, this is Stormblood because of the thing, so... Ah, okay, so this is definitely one of the samurai of Kurenai. I'm forgetting the name of the group, but it's the military police that's over there. You appear to be a samurai, yet you are not of our land. May I ask who addresses me? My name is Samir. Nice to meet you. Well, that you should be Master Musasai's pupil. Tell me, where might I find him? Unfortunately, he passed not that long ago. I buried him myself. Is that the way of it? Words cannot well express my sorrow. I had the honor of being acquainted with your master in the past. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Makoto of the Sekisugumi. That's the name. Just based on the outfit, I knew she was Sekisugumi. Ours is the peacekeeping force of Kugane, a port city in Higashi. I journeyed across the sea hoping to meet with Master Musasai, but it seems I must settle for paying my respects. Might I trouble you to show me his resting place? The Civil Bazaar, you call it? Yeah, I don't mind. I'm your dead. Let us away then. Shouldn't you be following me? Okay, so that's the Silver Bazaar is close to. Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, I thought it was like closer to over here, but actually here, but close enough. So the place I was thinking of, at least. Silver Bazaar is one of those places that I just don't really go to. There's no point to. There's nothing there. You go there for some story stuff, but that's about it. All right. Why are we... Is there a reason that we're getting under attack here by... There's no mistaking your blade work. Indeed, Master Musasai trained you. Forgive me for standing idle as you fought, but I had to make certain that you spoke the truth. Master Musasai seldom took on pupils, you see, but any doubt I may have harbored has been utterly dispelled. Now then, let us continue. Just attacked by some random beasts. Wait, did we bury him over here? Oh, I guess we did. Huh. I really thought, just from the way it looked, I thought it looked like we were somewhere else. Okay. A beautiful ocean view. He will surely be at peace here. As you may know, Master Musosai had one other pupil before you. Ugetsu is his name, and he is wanted in Hingashi for a murder of countless dignitaries in the Bakufu, our nation's government. Though his weren't the hands that wielded the blade, Master Musosai created the killer, and in the eyes of the law he was deemed no less responsible. As a samurai, he was expected to commit seppuku in order to atone for the crime, but he refused. As a result, he was branded a craven in Hingashi. Okay, so that's the name of the person who was actually the criminal, but not could be further from the truth. Master Musosai fled not because he feared death. This I knew in my heart. And beholding your blade work, I know what it was that he sought to do. He wished to make amends by training a new pupil. Such was the shame he felt. Death was not sufficient atonement. Nay, the only way he would know peace was to begin anew, with a worthy successor who would bring him honor. Know that Ugetsu is no common killer. He is a notorious insurgent who seeks to tear down the status quo. A few samurai sympathize with his cause, and every day more rally to his banner. For a time he remained in hiding, but our operatives report that he has recently resurfaced in Kugane. By all indications, he is poised to strike a heavy blow against the Bakufu. 'Twas for no other purpose but to petition Master Musai the aids that I journeyed here. Alas, it was not to be. As I come, so must I return, alone. My thanks for showing me here. Brief though it was an honor to meet you. Wait, I would actually want to get involved in this because he trained me for this. Did he not? Report to Momo's ego. Okay. Actually, I'm not know. While I'm in the quicksand, I want to take a quick look at something here. I like to check in with Momomi. No, that's not her name. Shit. I don't check in with her. Momodi. There you go. Again, she holds a little bit of a special place for me just because I started off as a black mage, so you start off here in this city. So I imagine it's the same for all the jobs that you, and when I say that, I mean like for the other two cities that you start in. You always kind of get introduced to the head of the Adventurers Guild, which is Momodi in this case over here. So, she's helped me out quite a bit, and then even after the initial point where all three storylines converge, in terms of what starting city you start in, you actually still come back and meet Momodi and actually do other things. So it's just nice, and I like checking in with her every so often. Because her dialogue does change every now and then. Things have been delicate for now, but I've never seen the rep. She's looking so flightly. Bored of my homeland. Okay, nothing has changed since Stormblood. So that's like the before Stormblood thing. So can't expect it all to have changed, but yeah. You took her to see Momose. Doubtless he was happy to have a visitor, and one from his homeland besides. So the wayward pupil is up to no good again. It's certainly worrying, but there isn't much outsiders like us can do. We can only hope that Makoto and her comrades will triumph over this Ugetsu. I'll let you return to your business, but pay me a visit from time to time, you hear? It's only while the old man around. Next question to 63. Mozigo has a letter addressed to you in his care. Ah, Samir, I have a letter for you that arrived at the inn. It's from Makoto, the Hingan samurai, who came all the way here seeking Musosai. Can't imagine what this might be about. Let's find out, shall we? Dear Samir, I pray this letter finds you well. You received me with kindness when we first met, and I write to you in hopes of depending on your kindness once more. You may recall what I told you of Ugetsu and his growing faction of insurgents. Upon my return to Kugane, I was dismayed to find that his influence had spread to alarming proportions. Outbreaks of violence has been becoming a regularity, and the men and women of the Sekisugumi struggle to maintain order. Each day we fight, and each day our strength is shorn further. The enemy, it shames me to say, completely has our measure. I shall speak plainly. We are in desperate need of aid, and I beseech you to lend your katana to our cause. As Master Musosai's last pupil, your skills would help us to turn the rising tide. I know full well that I ask much of you, to journey halfway across the world, and involve yourself in a struggle not of your own. Yet ask I must, for should the Bakufu fall, the realm will be plunged into chaos, and innocent people will be subjugated to untold suffering. With all my being, I pray that you will answer our call, and ere long we shall meet again in Kugane. Sincerely yours, Makoto. Musosai's first and final pupils pitted against each other. There's a certainly poetry in it, and you can take comfort in the knowledge that you'd be fighting on the side of justice. As Makoto writes, though, it's a lot to ask. A decision is yours to make. But for my own solicited opinion, I reckon you should do it. For the old man, if for no one else. Yeah, definitely. Alright, well, to Kugane. And, oh god. Okay, give... God damn it. Nose is bothering me. While I teleport, just one sec. Okay. Just do that real quick. Nose is running for whatever reason. Okay. Okay, so the Sekisugumi, I imagine I need to go to the barracks, but... Yep, sure enough. Alright. Soft-spoken Sekisugumi. A samurai, yet yours is not a familiar face. Makoto's foreign guest, I take it? My apologies, but she is not on hand to receive you. She is presently leading a mission to Sakazuki, where insurgent leaders are meeting in secret. However, they are late to return, and I must confess that I grow worried. I would go and find them myself, but I cannot well abandon my posts. Might I ask you to go in my stead? Hey, Caitlin, how's it going? Good to see you. You want me to go over there? Alright. I've had a long day, so... and I'm just trying to get this content done on a separate stream than my normal stuff, so I'm a little tired today, but not too bad. I've been playing COH, whatever that is. My brain's not working. With numpties, and one finally found the way to stop me committing war crimes. And with numpties, oh, Company of Heroes, and one finally found the way to stop me from committing war crimes. How did they manage to accomplish that? I wonder how. Let's see here. No, I don't want to go that way. Wait, is it this way here? Just walk through here? Yes, okay. Yeah, like, what happened? Ineptitude. Okay, never mind. Oh, this doesn't look. This doesn't look right. Mirror to the rescue. Ineptitude. I'm don't want to bore you with crap. Come to watch you be a weeb. Oh, I mean, no, it's not boring. You're having fun. So, Company of Heroes is not my type of game for sure, but I mean, hey, you're having fun. That's what matters. So, by the comment, it's really you. I know not how to thank you, Samir. We caught wind of a secret insurgent meeting and came here hoping to learn something of their plans. But they were the ones who knew of ours. They were expecting us and laid a trap. Before we knew what was happening... Yeah, your boy got murked. Also, have you changed your outfit to show off your guns? A little bit. And, I have, okay. It's been a while since you've actually been on the stream here, and there was something I wanted to show you, which you reminded me. So, let me get past this cutscene. Let me show you what I was talking. And funnily enough, we're in the area where I was trying to show it to you before. We're in the beach area, right? I wanted to show you like a swimsuit. Remember? I don't know if you remember that. I don't think you've ever seen it though. This is the same place that we were talking about it before. We can live in a rigid caste system wherein one's standing in society is inherited rather than earned. My comrade, he hailed from a poor farming village. His family grew scarcely enough to pay their lords his due, and it was all they could do not to starve. Right, let me show you my swimsuit. In order to escape the shackles of his birth, he sought a new life in Kurenai, a more progressive district where a man may yet rise above his station. He became a samurai in hopes that he might one day have the power to bring about change to an irrational system that hold people hostage to their birth. That's morbid, and oh my god, that sucks. I didn't know it was one of those traits. Souls such as him make up the Sekisugumi. Those raised with a plow in hand and not a blade. You'll find none among us born in a samurai family. Ours is a ragtag band gathered in the lower rungs of society. Yet our disparate origins, we are patriots all. Okay, you get to his cohorts are patriots, but in order to bring... Right... Not free of problems, far from it. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of skip ahead here a little bit. He must not be allowed to succeed yet, no matter what. Alright, join you at the barracks. Okay, so. I can't change my... Let's see. Oh, it's there, cool. Here's my swimsuit. Wait, that didn't work. Gotta flex a little bit. I want to change the colors, which I haven't gotten to yet. Let's see. I was thinking of, I guess, black. instead of the light blue, but I don't know. That's just it's just some fine tuning I can do if I decide I want to do it. But yeah, I got a swimsuit finally. So definitely wanted to show that to you while I had the chance. Yeah. So let's head back to if you go with blue, you'll be close to a cute sailor outfit. This is it's not the what's it called again? Okay. You know what? Bear with me for 1 second. I'm gonna show this to you now. Let me just do this now and get it over with, and I'll jump back into the story. I do have a sailor outfit. Oh wait, did I actually craft that? I don't know if I did. No, I did. I definitely did. Okay. Give me 1 sec here. So part of like hey, I'm happy to do it because this is fun. So please derail if you can. Because doing job quests is interesting for story purposes, but it can be I understand that being not as funny or fun, so it's fine. I'm doing it because I need to unlock skills. And this is the only way for me to do that, so all right. So with the there's an event like a month ago where we can get some stuff, and like you do like dungeons to get like these tokens, and then you can trade them in for stuff. And so one of the things I did was buy the materials to make this swimsuit, but there was a whole set of other gear associated with this set as well. So let's see, here, let's just do it on this because it'll be a little bit easier for me to show it off. So where it would be, nope, that's not it. Where is it? There we go. So this is the actual sailor suit. That's not the thing. Where is it? I crafted it as well. Here it is. So there's the sailor outfit. So now I'm an actual sailor. You're running about the town in your swimsuit. 10 out of 10. And it's a desert town too. Nope, that's not the correct one. Sailor deck shoes. There you go. So there you go. I'm officially a sailor. So this set was also included with a swimsuit version. So there's the swimsuit was like the male version. I can show off the female one if you want to see that. Although I personally can't wear it, but is that the hat for it? I think so. Let me zoom in here because I don't have this set to a glamour thing, so I can't. Actually, no, I don't think that's the correct hat. Did I even make the hat? Wait, is this it? No, that's not it. I'm not sure actually. But yeah, I'm a seaman now. So that would be the quote unquote actual sailor. Like there it is. It says sailor suit or shirt, sailor braids, sailor deck shoes. So yeah. I'm gonna discard all that because I don't care about saving that. But let me show you the female version of the swimsuit that I have. I made the female version, and even though I can't wear it, I made very good use of it. And I showed this to my other friend when I specifically had another friend on stream when I finally had it available, and I was like, oh, and I specifically mentioned you. I was like, too bad Kate's not here to see all this. But I was like, Kate's definitely gonna want to see this. But anyway, So here's the, let me show you the female version. I have retainers, right? And so the retainers are just people that you hire to, like, they act as a bank storage in a way, but you can also kind of like get them to do stuff for you. And so, but one of the nice things about your retainers is that you can dress them up any way you want. And so I'm making my own unofficial harem here. All the girls are gonna be, all my retainers are gonna be girls, and they're all wearing swimsuits. So there is, unfortunately this is the only angle I'm gonna be able to really show here, but there's the female version. It is cute. I agree 100%. So I'm gonna, eventually when I get more retainers, I can only get 2 for free. The rest you have to pay for more. You have to pay actual money to get more retainers. But here's tall, dark, and cute. Just to have another look on a different person. So yeah. So yeah, cute outfit. Definitely worth creating all the swimsuits for that. That's why you summoned her for. I totally summoned her just to, hey retainer, I know you're probably busy doing stuff, but I just want to take a look at you real quick. Okay, yep, we're good. I'll see you later. Totally, you know what? Because let me not be a dick. Let me actually assign you some work. I want you to do this for me. And you're getting paid, so there you go. And let me bring her back to do the same thing. Alright. They're gonna do that. It'll take 18 hours to do. They're off to doing work. I'll leave them to it. Okay. Back to the thing at hand. Oh my god. That was a nice diversion. So, as working in the woodland in a swimsuit is... I'm glad you caught that. So, that's part of what you do, right? You assign them a job, right? So, Mifasa here is a botanist. Koriyama is a miner. And they're both in swimsuits. Because that sounds like proper equipment for that type of work. This is funny. So the good thing is that's not actually what they're wearing. They actually have some actual equipment. It's all glamours, which is just making the appearance of it. So I'm not that horrible of a person. Why have you put a miner in swimsuits? Mufasa, she's not a miner. She's just short. Come on now. She has feelings. She's just short, okay? I didn't say she was. I didn't say anyone's a minor. You probably misheard me. I said her name is I just called her name. I named her Mifasa. You probably mistake that for minor. I have no idea. Okay. Let's get back into this. I wanted to keep this a relatively short stream. Just get the job stuff done and that's it. Oh. wrong minor. There's a difference with O and an R in the, or E in the spelling. But anyway, definitely wanted to show that off to you. I figured you'd get a good laugh out of it, and sure enough, you are. So, and myself at least. I said, I don't know why I said herbalist. It's botanist. Botanist is the class. Yeah, BTN, botanist. Okay. But yeah. Roughing it in the dirt and roughing it in the caves. Alright, so let's finish this quest. But the enemy should know our plans. The loss of a comrade pains us, but we are grateful for Makoto's preservation. She just told me, oh, as Master Musai's pupil, your blade would be most welcome in these dire times. Please allow me to confirm your intent. By you coming to Kurenai, may we take it you mean that you will aid us in our fight? Yes, ma'am. Our cause is more bolstered with your blade. There is one thing I must ask of you. Pray keep the fact that you are a Master Musai's pupil to yourself. Ah, that makes sense. Okay. I've introduced myself. I am Shiden, Lieutenant of the Sekisugumi, and may I apologize for our order's penchant for procedure. When I sent you to find Makoto in my stead, I could not leave my post due to prior duty. Pressing businesses, as you'll no doubt appreciate. Now, if you'll wait just a moment, I shall bring the captain hither. Okay. You most likely did say... No, I definitely did say herbalist, but I can't hear much over this ESO group rushing my daily dungeon. Ah, okay. I mean, that's fine. And again, this is a really just chill stream. I don't really care. I'm just really just trying to get through this stuff quickly. In terms of like the job stuff, because I just want to get this. If I get this stuff done, I get all my abilities, and then I'm done for this expansion, and I don't have to worry about leveling different classes and stuff anymore. I have all my abilities. I can do whatever I want at that point. So it's on 2%, and all I hear is noise. I mean, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that, because like one of the things I've been having difficulty with is like when I do dungeons in this and I'm streaming it, it's just so noisy with all the sound effects going on. And I'm trying to balance out like what I ended up doing is like lowering the sound effects of all the the battle effects, rather lowering that while keeping the volume of like the music and stuff high. And I find that a little bit more enjoyable, and I think other people would too, just because I think the music is better than like hearing people cast spells and things like that. So, but that's fair to rush that stuff. Yeah, again, I'm just trying to rush through this. I just want all my abilities so I can actually function appropriately. And by Friday, I'll be completely done with this expansion, and I'll be moving into the next expansion at this point. So I'm really almost done, to be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming the next expansion. I'm definitely gonna be taking a break once I'm done with this expansion, but I don't know. One thing which I imagine you would enjoy, because you like to make fun of me with this. Our favorite undead girl will be probably, or that game at least, will be coming back shortly. Considering the DLC will be coming out next month, which is not that long from now. So I'll definitely be streaming that game. One sec here. Yay, dead girl. grill. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, the DLC is finally coming out next month. When does Integrate come out? April to... Wait, what? That's... You idiot. That's not... That's when the other game came out. The original game came out. Why? That's so dumb. June 10th. Yeah, so wow, we're really 2 weeks from now and 2 days. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII DLC will be coming out. And I'm definitely going to be playing that on stream because I might as well play it, considering I've did Final Fantasy VII Remake on stream before. So I'm probably going to take a break until then, and then I'll start off with that game there. So we'll see. Okay, so just finishing this here. May I present to you Samir the Knight, who has journeyed from Eorzea to aid our cause. He'll be an invaluable ally. He stares right at me like, Captain, you would have us trust our lives to an outsider. For all we know, he is one of the Ugetsus or even an Imperial spy. Captain, please. Smir's a good man and true. I personally vouch for his identity and shall assume all responsibility for his actions. Should Georgie give you a cause to doubt, you should do well to doubt us all. The son and daughters of nameless farmers and laborers and the kami know what else. Very well, but mark my words, outsider. A single misstep and I will cut you down. Wow. Well, fuck you, asshole. Forgive the captain, my friend. He holds himself responsible for all our losses, and we fight a losing battle. In spite of our best efforts, we are no closer to ascertaining Ugetsu's whereabouts, nor do we know his extent of his operations. In light of recent ambush, I fear there is a breach in our security. As if we had not enough problems, His Excellency the Tario has chosen this juncture to come to Kugane in an embassy visit. Ah, okay, we're finally... Okay, so this is where I'm actually getting a little bit interested now, because we're actually learning about the leadership of this nation, I guess. And I kind of like learning about that stuff, but Ugetsu will surely look to wreak further chaos, and it falls to Seki Zugumi to keep our honored guests hale and whole. We provide security. We rely on you. Okay. Cool. I'm too to beg your forgiveness. He grows more irritable, and please remain near with the katana near at hand. All right. And that's that quest done. Yeah, so the reason... And if you watch... It is just for people watching this like on YouTube or something. We've talked a lot recently, more specifically recently, because a lot of stuff has been going on with all the various nations in the world here. And especially with, you know, our friends in Doma making their own alliance over here with all the people. This is their own... This is its own nation of people, right? And so they refuse to join up with the alliance that they're making here because they're in good standing with the bad guys. So they don't... I don't know. It's just interesting stuff to learn about. So who are the leaders over here? What are their motivations? That kind of thing. So I'm always curious to learn more about how the world works. So cool stuff. All right, but again, I want to rush through this stuff, so I'm going to be paying attention somewhat, but at the same time, I want to get through it quickly. What? We just met him! He committed suicide already? What? Okay. First this guy threatens my life, and then now he commits seppuku. Okay. I am, This is a little bit crazy. And he has the whole funeral. Alright, patrol the area? Okay. Did I leave that bad of an impression? Wow, that Samir was such a douche. Just looking at him was... let me gut my own stomach. Seriously, oh my god. I didn't even say anything. I'm a silent protagonist for the most part. So rude. Alright, we're doing some patrol duty, apparently. Where am I going? Let's go to there, and then we'll, take a walk. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right, let's where am I going? Over here, I guess. Hopefully it's not like above. Survey the designated area. Oh, I got lucky. Nothing suspicious. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, I literally just said that. You catch sight of a quaint charm. Okay. What is up with this? Show the bloodstained charm to Makoto. Oh. It's covered in blood, you say. Someone did something nefarious around here, apparently. Yeah, it said quaint charm, and then when I pick it up, it's like, show the bloodstained charm to Makoto. So it's like, oh, right. I forgot I wanted, okay, I'm glad I walked by you, because it reminded me of something I want to do. So I need to add that to my, my list of things for tomorrow's stream. Wandering Minstrel. So I remember to actually do that. Okay. What? The Wandering Minstrel? He's never told me his name. I've known him since, like, the beginning of the game. Well, not... Okay, that's not quite true, but... the end of the base game. Like... He knows who we are, but, like... He's never told us his name. That's kind of interesting, actually, now that I think about it. No, I mean, the thing you want to do... Get your mind out of the gutter, Kate. The thing I want to do is make sure I talk to him tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm just doing a whole bunch of side quests. Never! Where am I going? I'm not going to the barracks. Okay. She's quite literally over here. There she is. There you are. Did you observe aught suspicious? I found this quaint charm that turned into a bloodstained charm. I don't know, it's really weird. A charm and it's stained with blood. But where have I seen it before? This belonged to Captain Congo. Do the Congo. There's no mistake. It's ever adorned his neck. How did he come to be at the docks? Did you actually see his body? Oh my god. Did you just assume he committed suicide? But oh my god. You guys are idiots. You guys are fucking idiots. You... Someone killed the motherfucker. Guess could it be 'twas but a ruse? That the captain did not kill himself, but rather was slain by insurgents? He has gone to commit seppuku. It's not Sudoku, it's... Wait. Anyway, Kami persevere. If this is true, it would mean the enemy walks among us. Right, we must notify Shiden at once and have him bolster security around Tyro. To the Thavnarnian consulate. The consulate was over there. Okay. Right, so I mentioned this. We'll take a look here in a moment, but so the reason they don't want to help us against the Garleans is because they literally have an emissary living right here in the city. So it's like, oh, we want to help you against the Garleans? Sure, we'll just have to kick out the people who currently live in the city. These are the people we're fighting against. So it's like, yeah, we can't just not betray them, I guess. And the Thavnarians, that's the people who own the place on the outside, I guess? I'm not sure. All right, let's see here. Why is the lieutenant here? What is he doing? Watch the lieutenant be the one who actually did the murder. What's he doing? Come now, surely you know His Excellency the Tyro's predilections. You mean the rumors were true? It was whispered that the Tyro is wont to indulge in various appetites for pleasure houses under the guise of official duty. Oh my god. If that is the case, then he will be in Sanjo Hanamachi, and so too will Shiden. Let us hurry. He went to a whorehouse. Okay. Which is up there. I think it's this one? I believe we've been to one of those in Dead Girl game. You were not wrong. Oh, we have a fight on our hands. Okay. Who wants to get beat the fuck up? Yep, he definitely... Shiden, what are you doing? Why did he draw his sword? You two, why are you not at the docks? It was given to understand that Tyro has come not on official but personal business. Aye, that he is. But that is none of our concern. At any rate, I have the area well covered. You may return to your stations. No, don't let him go. Why did you... Wait. There's no danger here. Why was your katana drawn? You're too clever by half. More the pity we failed to finish you off from Sakazuki. Yep, he's a backstabbing bastard. Your foreign friend was supposed to die then as well, but we underestimated Musai's pupil. How could you, Shiden? The captain was your friend. Let me tell you a tale. I was born in a farming village and grew up in a squalor. Oh boy, here we go. Our liege lord was a tyrant who would wrong us peasants for everything we had. Okay. My parents, pushed to the brink of survival, mustered the courage to speak out, and they were arrested. So we had them burned alive. What? And so he became a Saki Sugumi. I came to see the solution of what it is. A tool, the power, the tools of the power that be. Okay, so basically that the government uses the Sekisugumi for what they want, basically. But then I met Lord Ugetsu, and he answered me to the truth. That in order to bring about true change, you must bring down the Bakufu. Yep, so he's working with that guy, so who we're after. You are my comrade and I feel your pain, but Ugetsu's path leads only to death and destruction. Countless people will be made to suffer. More than what we endured in our village, there is no hope for Hingashi but to be reborn in the fires of conflict. Uh-oh. Alright. Let's kick his ass, because he's, it wouldn't reflect well, but you certainly wish to do so here, where an unwitting passerby could come to harm. It wouldn't reflect well upon the Sekisugumi, I know. Let's take this to Matsuwa Square. The others are out in security detail, and there will be no one to disturb us. I thought we would be seeing covered biddies? Covered biddies? What? Oh, unfortunately, no. This game doesn't have nudity like that. Alright, let's kick his ass. Oh, get over here, you ass. Makoto the True. To arms! Wait. Are they gonna help? Oh, they're coming to help him. Makoto? My friends, we are betrayed. Lieutenant Stars Ugetsu. Oh no, they're gonna help him. Yep. Oh wow, most of that, they're all Sekisugumi, so they're all, wow, there's so many betrayers in the group. All right. Right, I need help. Is that all you got? That voice, could it be? Oh god, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Kongo. Wait, Kongo is alive? What? Wait, how's he alive? So it's he who tried to kill me. That was Shiden too. Wait, the traitors in our... I know. 'Twas he who tried to kill me. The change in Gashi, what else? But mule-headed as you are, I... Oh my god, okay, this is going way too fast. We'll deal with the traitors. Have care, and remember. Come, Ijin, I shall be your opponent. Oh, now we have a boss fight? Alright, boss fight. Oh shit, oh shit. Alright, let's finish this. See ya. We must retreat! We're just gonna let them run away. See, he was just doing his Sudoku. Silly. Anyway, yeah, that guy's alive still for whatever reason. I don't know how he's alive or who was actually dead, but... This is only beginning. Long live Lord Ugetsu. What, you gonna kill yourself? Yeah, he killed himself. Farewell. You tell us what happened. Yeah, what the fuck happened? I will, but first, there's something I must do. Smear, for your timely intervention, I give you my thanks. And for my earlier discourtesy, I beg your forgiveness. Aw. All good, mate. When he told us that you committed seppuku, none thought to question it. Huh, a convenient lie, but a poor one. Any who know me well should know that I would not take my leave ere I had dealt with the insurgents. To do so would be a greater shame by far. Now then, let me recount you my tale. Late at night, Shiden summoned me to the docks to discuss an urgent matter. As I approached him, the wretch slashed out to me without warning. Though I couldn't react in time to dodge the blade, for a blessing it caught my charm, sparing me a fatal wound. Hence the bloody charm. My momentum was sent me over the docks and into the sea. While I remained until it was safe to resurface, my lungs were ripped to burst when Shiden finally left. Such an ordeal that must have been. Okay, so that's how he survived. Having learned that there were traitors besides Shiden, I kept to the shadows and watched their movements. And the rest you know. With the Tyro safe and the traitors dealt with, we may return to the barracks, so let's continue our conversation there. Yeah, my thanks again. Yep, let's go. Let us go, let us go. Alright, so how is this gonna... This is the 65 quest, which means I have 2 more quests to do for Samurai. Rooted out the traitors, and we've learned some key details, and it makes me blood boil to think that the most loyal among us were struck down by treachery. What if Ugetsu's whereabouts? It appears he makes his base on the mainland, somewhere in Yanja, but the precise location still eludes us. Can we truly say that protected the peace this day? Even as Great Lords watch us fracture the... blah blah blah. It is no secret that the Bakufu is accessible to corruption, but in spite of this, we must protect the peace, such as the Samurai's calling. I pray that we continue to rely on you. Okay, cool. Done. Alright, so, next quest. We know where he is, apparently. We ascertain his location. He has ideas. Wait a moment. Okay. Again, just trying to get through this quickly. God, I already been streaming for an hour? What the hell? I didn't even get through almost. I blame Kate. You derailed me earlier, but I appreciate and approve of the derailment. Scoured the quarters and what should turn up ruins in Yanja. I say it with love, don't worry. Now, a word of his demise has reached Yugetsu, and we must assume that we will track him down ere long. But he will not cannot run. To do so after losing his right hand would cost him much of the momentum he has mistakenly gained. We have two choices. He has two choices. He will await our coming, or he will bring the fight to us. Only you who has best of Shiden, and perhaps myself, can stand a chance against him. As captain, my place is here at the barracks, and while I hold the fort, I bid you and Makoto journey to Yanja, there to hunt down Yugetsu. I shall pray for your safety and success. If instead the rogue should show himself here, rest assured I will give him a rousing welcome. Alright, so I need to go to the Mai, which should be easy enough. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so the ruin serving his hideout is near. I shall scout on ahead. Meanwhile, pray secure the area for insurgents. Scour the area for insurgents. Okay, let's go kick some ass. Giant fucking areas like this are really nice, by the way. Alright, so there should be, there it is. Come over here, kick some ass, and then we'll move on with the story. Just one. Make it interesting for me. Next. Me one-shot you. Ah, I thought I would one-shot him. Close enough. Okay, and 3 of them this time. Alrighty. Let's see here. Hey, there's Moketsu. Moketsu, what? Makoto. I saw like her name overlapped with like this, and I read it as Moketsu, which is kind of funny. I don't know how my brain just immediately went that way. I don't know how that's. Good job, me. Makoto is here, is what I was trying to say. Ugetsu is nowhere to be seen. He's on his way to Kurenai to pay your captain a visit. Speak with her again? Let's hurry back to Kurenai. Sure. Oh, is that him? We finally have a face to the name. Okay. He actually looks kind of cool in his outfit there. I think I like his sword too. I want to... That's a cool looking sword. Or at least a scabbard for a sword. I can't see the sword itself at the moment. Okay, that's so anime. Just like the whoosh past each other. No! Are you saying too much to disrobe him so you can steal his outfit? Yes and no. Mostly yes. The Sekizumi, yours now. You must finish. Blech. And he's dead. So, we're just gonna let him stand there. No one else is gonna gang up on him. Well, for a moment I doubted my eyes, but it really is you, Kagetsu. I didn't expect to see you in Sekisugumi uniform, dear sister. Oh, really? Okay, they're related. That stance. Yes, the very picture of Master himself. So you are Musasai's final pupil, and the samurai who befell Shiden. Yep, that was me. We meet at last. Ugetsu, at your service. Like you, I trained under Musasai, and like you, I was made to walk his absurd path. We are practically brothers. It's a shame then that we must stand on opposite sides. Hingashi has known peace for too long. Her leaders have grown soft, and they spend their days in dissidence. Their existence is a blight, and one that must be burned out with the fires of revolution. To kindle this fire, I bade Shiden assassinate the Tyro. Thanks to you and yours, that attempt ended in miserable failure. Till now, we have kept to the shadows, but that time has passed. No few people share our vision, and bring them into the fold. We shall have the strength to face the Bakufu openly and defeat it. Removing your captain was the first step in this endeavor. With him gone, the good men and women of Sekisugumi may choose with their hearts. If there are souls here who join our cause, we welcome you with open arms. The offer stands to you too, Kagetsu, my brother pupil. Will you not create a new world with me? Yeah, how about a fucking hell no. Great, you can create not with the edge of a blade. Nay, what you seek is to do is destroy. Should the Bakufu fall, Hingashi will be plunged in another age of blood. Okay, whatever. What we have now is peace. Make way for true peace. Have you forgotten Master Musai's teachings? I don't think a new world made with brother and a sister goes wrong. Yuri can tell you that's not what's going on here at all. Wait, world, not child. Abort! Abort! Can we my breath was wasted on you? But what are the others? Will you remain mindless slaves to the Bakufu? Or will you join me and bring about true change? Disappointing. I'd hoped some of you would see sense, but if we must fight, then so be it. I have no desire to spill blood needlessly, but the silence is the way of the masses on the Isle of Beko. Our people against mine. Though if I may make an observation, it seems you may want for blades, dear sister, now that your men are aware of our connection. As leader of the first squad, I have been chosen to carry on Captain Kongo's legacy. The battle against Ugetsu promises to be bloody, but come what may, we must prevail. The future of Hingashi rests upon us. Look at me. I am the captain now. That's so appropriate for right now. Appropriate, but not appropriate at the same time. I am the captain now. We were born into a samurai family. Okay. Muso Sai took him as a pupil. Despair for his country. Not long after that, he parted ways with his master Sai and began instructing me in the katana. Oh, so he taught him how to... taught her. And then she came into her own samurai. Okay. He assassinated high-ranking officers of the Bakufu, and our families was made to pay the price. Our line was ordered wiped out from existence. Wow, that's fucked up. So their parents were executed. I can understand why he's pissed then. Punishing Ugetsu. Okay. Yeah, it's his actions that got his own parents killed. So that, yeah, it's his own fault. Yeah, I'll help you, no worries. I'm in this for the long run at this point because I have one more quest before I'm done with you. And there's one thing I'm looking forward to getting out of this is the gear that we get at the end of it. The level 70 gear. I mean, I have better equipment, but it's like... I don't know how to describe it, but if it's what I think it is, it looks very similar to another Final Fantasy character that I'm very... one of my favorite characters, I would say. So if it looks... I think it's the one I'm thinking of. And it's definitely what I want to use as my glamour going forward. So let's see. Yes, I want to get this right here. Will give me that item, or give me the armor that I want. So... And here's the last ability that I don't have yet. Is it Dead Girl? No. Dead Girl is not a samurai, so that wouldn't work. A pink dress and a denim jacket. I mean, there's enough items in the game that I can just rock that anyway. Although a dress is a little bit more harder for me to accomplish, considering the game kind of restricts you from wearing female clothes if you're a male character. So there's no in betweens, unfortunately. You're one or the other. Okay. Alright, so the Seki Tsugumi are deserting one after the other. Finding out that I am his sister and you, his pupil, has shattered their faith in our cause. With so many have gone, we haven't the strength to face the insurgents. We have to convince them to return somehow. There's no two ways about my connection to Ugetsu, but if we can dispel the stigma surrounding Master Muso Sai at least, They have yet to come to change of heart. Alright, cool. Yeah, I mean, from a programming perspective, I can understand it, I guess, but at the same time, I mean, it would be nice if men could wear, like, dresses and stuff like that, and the women can wear the other way around, too. I don't know. I bet I would make a lot of people happy. I mean, me necessarily, I wouldn't do that. But I know a lot of people would be happy about it. Like, imagine, let's see an example. Actually, I have a perfect example. Let's just make this, let me not waste money on this. No, I wouldn't. Not with this character specifically. I have another character that I haven't really played with who is female, though. And that I definitely would try to look like, let's see what that looks like in a female outfit, but or wait, what? I can't, I'm not even getting my words out correctly. I have a female character that I would love to see how an Aerith costume would look like. There you go. Words are hard. Anyway, so imagine a big guy like this. This is a specific race of characters that are just like big and burly. Imagine seeing a guy like this in a dress. How hilarious would that be? You know? Stuff like that. It'd be really cool. I don't know. Oh, and surprisingly, I have to come over here anyway, so this is where I need to go. So, or do I need to go like all over the city? Not all over, but close enough. They say you bested the lieutenant, but I'll be damned if you didn't use dirty tricks you learned from that craven Musosai. The captain calls. What's the insurgent sister wants now? Might as well see what some sort of lame excuse she's got in store. That's the word. I mean, I don't know, it's just... Anyway, I don't want to say much more than that. The nice thing about this game is that there is a lot of you can customize a lot in this game. That's what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot of room for experimentation in terms of what you want to look like. So I have not to say to the likes of you. Okay. Where am I going? The market? I've seen men running around in priestesses outfits in ESO. Nords looking banging in them though. That's cool. Yeah, the Nords are pretty stocky. So yeah. Rocking the blue-white dress. Nice. Look, it's not like I mistrust you and the captain, it's just I can't work up the will to fight anymore. She wants to talk, does she? Well, I don't think she says will change my mind, but I'll go with it for now. Okay, where am I? Back at the barracks? Yes, okay. That is not where I want to go. I just teleported to the wrong place. Da, da, da. The barracks. Alright. Just want to get this quest done, come on. This is the last quest. But thanks for your help, Samir. Let's begin before they change their minds. Alright, time for inspirational speech, I guess. Hear me, my comrades. In our nation, Musasai is the name that revokes loathing. All know that his were the hands that created the monster Ugetsu, and all know that he had evaded responsibility for fear of death. But naught could be further from the truth. For Musosai ever taught that a samurai's calling is to preserve order. However, Ugetsu seeks to do the very opposite. In bringing down the Bakufu, he means to usher in such a chaos as to trigger another age of blood. Ugetsu may have trained under Musai, but he was no true pupil of his. Nay, his true pupil stands before you now, and he, like his master did, wields his katana to protect the peace. Bah, protect the peace, you like to say, but what did Musosai ever do to protect the peace? Can you tell us that? I would ask you the same question. All we know is that he challenged warriors the realm over and never once was defeated. An impressive feat to be sure, but it's neither here nor there. It takes strength to protect the peace. As we strive to hone our skills through rigorous training, Musosai honed his through duels. That's not gonna get them... He went on a quest to right wrongs as Kogarashi? Oh, right, that's... Okay, that's going back to what he... Yeah, he literally did this, like... Wait a second, the Kogarashi? The mystery samurai who roamed the lands smiting wicked when I was little? The man who protected the weak and punished common crooks and great lords alike before vanishing like the wind? It was Musosai all along. I became a samurai because of him. Me too. I want to change the world like him. So it's when I first heard that Kogarashi desired to take with the kana. Okay, blah blah. I know that master joined the line with my brother, but to think he did so as Kogarashi, could the experience have pushed Ugetsu to his extreme beliefs? Well, what have you to say for yourself? We haven't forgotten about that. Your brother's the bastard that's trying to tear down our nation. How can we trust you? Ugh, enough. I've been biting my tongue, but I can't stand it anymore. Oh, hey! Momozigo, what are you doing here? Fancy seeing me here. I shouldn't doubt. The idea occurred to me to visit Musai's homeland, you see, and you know how spontaneous I can be. But what do I find about arriving but this painful display of narrow-mindedness? The old man would be turning in his grave. Who the hells are you? Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is what I did, and that was to journey with Samir and Musosai on a quest to right wrongs. We established that you all respect and admire Musosai. What happens to be your childhood hero, Kogashi? Well then, you should know what he used to always say about his countrymen, that you're so focused on a person's birth, you blind yourselves to his true worth. It's so bleeding obvious, I don't believe I have to say this, but having a villain for a brother doesn't make Makoto a villain. In spite of their relationship, she's opposed to him, for God's sakes. Yeah, come on, people. Now look at yourselves. None of you were born into samurai families, but through hard work you made it this far. Become who you wanted to be. Yeah, child. What Makoto's done is no different. Like you, she's broken free of the shackles of her birth to live a life of her own choosing. There you go. This is the proper inspirational speech here. Why can I not see this? After all we've been through together as comrades. Yay, everyone's motivated now. Strike me down for a fool. Yep. We have a battle to win. Alright, can we get to the fight now so I can actually get this over with? Alright, everyone's motivated. We're about to go fight. You're the gentleman from the inn in Olda. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Don't mention it. I'm a showmaster by trade, and words are my domain. Swords, not so much. So I'll bow out here. Oh, and I think I'll go and take a dip in one of those hot springs I've heard so much about. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Samir. Put a stop to Ugetsu and give the old man the peace he deserves. Damn straight. Leave it to me. You must fight the child? He's a friend, so I'm not gonna fight the child. The island of Beko. Okay, that's the closest place. I'll just teleport. That's not very anime of you. I'm not trying to be anime. But if I find another individual who happens to be a quote-unquote child, then I'll go ahead and fight them for you. Not that there's many, a lot around the world that I can do that. I thought you had to beat the shit into friends. Wait, I thought you had to beat the shit into friends in anime. This isn't an anime though. It's anime inspired, sure. Babyface Sekizugumi. Wow. It's weeb, it's all the same. Yeah, I'm a weeb. Yeah. It's all weeb stuff. I don't know how I feel about being called that anymore. Will this false peace continue, or will the fires of true change sweep across the land? Today we decide. I would clip that if it wasn't too lazy tired. I mean, sure. There's but one among you worthy of being my opponent, he who trained under my own master. Come, Samir, show me the strength of your conviction. One-on-one, boss fight. Da-da-da-da. Alright, come at me, asshole. Slayer of 1,000 souls, huh? There's no doubt under you who you trained. Oh. All right. I'm not even reading what he's saying. Oh, using his techniques, okay. And you're done. That was easy. Impossible! Oh, see, now I got to see the sword and it's full. Like, it was like a glowing purple sword there. That actually kind of cool. Okay, no, okay, the glowing is only when you're using it, I guess, but the sword does look cool. Are you gonna kill your own brother? That would probably be for the best. Why do you stay your blade? She can't do it. She's trembling. The heavens have chosen. Now strike me down. Ugh. She doesn't want to kill her brother. Come on, man. That's a bit much to ask a sibling to kill their own brother, you know? A samurai must be decisive. Finish me, or I shall finish you. Okay, that was anime. Good. You've grown strong, little sister. Dead. She looks like me trying to do anything. The shakes are a curse. Woo! Let's return to the barracks. At least give the guy a burial. Oh my god, it's your brother. Fuck. We'll just leave him out for the crows. And I just walk over and pick up his sword because his sword looks cool as fuck. And I want it. I want that sword. Like, I seriously want that sword. His clothes, not so much. I mean, what? I just want his sword, not so much his clothes. Like, you don't need this anymore, right? I'll just take that. Okay. Right, and there we go. We're done with the quest. Just finish up the story here. And let's go take a look at our fancy new gear that we're going to get here in a sec. We succeeded in calling the major threat to the nation. It was no small part due to you, Samir. You have my eternal gratitude. While not all insurgents are accounted for, without a leader to unite them, they will eventually scatter to the wind. As for me, my appointment as captain has been made official. It is a heavy burden, but I swear to bear it with honor and live up to Captain Congo's faith in me. Meanwhile, the revelation of Kogorashi's true identity has been doing its rounds of our order. It would seem the Naya of all the younger members idolized him and joined out of desire to make a difference. In embarking on his quest, I believe that Master Musosai in part wished to sow seeds of a new generation. Yugetsu sought the quick path to change, and cared not that it was fraught with strife and suffering. He saw Hingashi as a dilapidated house, fit only to torn down. Okay, injustice at a time, blah blah blah. Even though his legacy lives on, I embark on my own quest of change here in Kogane, and I pray that you will do the same no matter where your road takes you. Yep. Oh, I wasn't even looking. That. Yeah, kitty. And with that, that's the last of the level 70. You have drawn. I didn't even see the whole thing. You face your brother in Mortal Kombat. You've got something out of it. All right. This concludes the samurai quest for Stormblood. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have Shadowbringers, which I do. You must complete the main scenario quest, Shadowbringers, which is at the end of Shadowbringers. This still baffles me that there's no job quest for Shadowbringers at all, it seems. It's like at the end of Shadowbringers, which is really, really weird. And then you must complete the role quest, which I have no idea what role quests are, so I will find out at some point. Sam, I am. Okay, so let's take a look at the new. Oh my god, my inventory is really full. All right, so let's open that. Oh, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, let's take a look at. So that, and I hope this is the thing. Yes, it is. Okay, this is the gear. I thought it was. I look like fucking Auron from Final Fantasy X, and it's amazing. I love it. Wait, that is, I love it. That looks so cool though. Call me a weeb as much as you like, but this outfit is fucking cool. I can deal without the hat. The hat's actually pretty cool, but like I like my hair. I don't know. I generally hide hats because I like my hair being shown, but I don't know. This might be the one case that I actually keep the hat on. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Damn sure I'll call you weeb as much as I like you weeb. Thanks. I greatly appreciate that, being called a weeb every so often. Just saying. I love that emote. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the gear itself is shit because I have way better gear. But we will fix the that really quick because I have. Oh, not that. I'm gonna throw that into my Glamour box. Oh, I didn't even look at the sword. What does the sword look like? Before I even like, I was looking at the gear itself, but not the sword. Let me turn that off so I can see how that looks. That's not bad. Let me get some light on that. Do your idle automation so it's in the sunlight so I can see, please. Not bad. I actually kind of like the way it looks. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So like I said, we'll put it in our Glamour box so that I can freely change to it. Oh, I fucking have the thing equipped. Let me do that. Change. Do that. Me hand, throw that in the box. And then Antiquated that. And the Antiquated that. And also, again, just for YouTube's sake, this is your ultimate gear, but you have to like, this is like the base level of it, and you have to go through Eureka and do all that grinding to level up the gear and get it up to the best gear in the expansion. So, and kind of F that right now. I'm not doing that. That's way too much work. Oh. God damn it. Let me just use my mouse. That's taking too long. Okay, and then now we edit our samurai plate, wherever that is. There it is. Okay. There. All right, so we're actually going to show the hat. I can always turn that off if I want, but so if I were to decide I want to make these like their ultimate versions, like I don't know why I would want to do that. I have it in my thing here, so I can always pick it up and take care of it then, or something like that at least. Anyway, let's see. Where is the sword? Here, let me do this because just too much shit. I have too much. I have literally like 382 pieces of gear in this thing here out of 400, and most of the shit I don't even want. It's like, oh, this looks cool. Let me throw it in my box, and I never use it. So it's like I need to like go on a bit of spring cleaning and like clear out my my Glamour boxes. There's so much crap in here. All right, there we go. And I don't need to worry about jewels and stuff. Okay. All right, so there's the plates. The plate is set. So anytime now that I switch over to Samurai, I have the gear set now, so it just works. Cool. All right, so that's done with Samurai. Now we can put the Weeb aside for the time being and work on Paladin. So this is my first tanking class that I did when I started playing the game. And then I put that aside for Dark Knight. You turn into a weeb. Yes. So now I'm a different type of weeb. Now I'm a holy knight of sorts, I guess. So we're gonna focus on Paladin for the rest of the night here. I want to get this done. This is the last thing I want to get done, and then we'll call it a night. Holy shit! It's okay. Again, thankfully I don't have to work this week. I'm on vacation this week, so I can go as long as I want. So whatever. Yeah. All right. Give me like a minute or two. I'm just gonna grab a drink of water real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, short break, just really quick. I just wanted to grab my water bottle from the fridge because I keep it in there to keep it nice and cold. All right, we're back. All right, and I appreciate the bullying. That's what makes half these streams more fun than anything else, so keep at it. All right, so this is my Paladin. And I spent, in hindsight, I hope I don't end up regretting this. I spent a good amount of time getting this Glamour set up so it looks like this, and I actually like how this looks a lot. And I was trying to mess with adding some bits of blue to this but there, you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, there's like plenty of blue around anyway. So, because a Paladin's colors is like white, blue, and red. And it's funny I mentioned that. Not all I can think is America. Anyway, and here I was thinking you left it in the fridge to keep it room temperature. Hey, some people actually like their water room temperature, I guess, but more power to them. I know what you're trying to get at. Sassy. Anyway, so I spent a good amount of time getting this Glamour set up, but I haven't even seen what the level 70 gear that I'm going to get for this looks like. So I hope it's not better than this, because then I'm going to be like, damn it, I wasted all my time and resources I bought to actually get this gear. So yeah, I just hope it's not a waste, but I like how this looks a lot. The only thing I want to change on this is the weapon, and this I've kind of mentioned this on prior streams. I have this weapon here, and I'll clip it here so you can see it, and the shield as well. Let me actually. Paladins are the only class that actually have an offhand that you can use. Anyway, the shield here and the sword are the relic weapons from the base game. So I kind of mentioned the whole, like, the best weapon of this expansion right? And you have to like upgrade it and stuff. This is the weapon for the base game. So this weapon is a piece of shit now, but it looks so cool. So unfortunately, what the problem is, so I can't put it in my Glamour dresser. It's not a weapon that I can put in the Glamour. And in order for me to actually do that, I have to get this thing maxed out to the completed version, which is a hell of a grind. I'm working on it very slowly, but I'm hoping to get that completed done so that then I can. What you have to do is you get the completed version, and then from there you can buy a replica of the completed version, and that replica can go in your Glamour box. So it's a long, convoluted process, but there's a lot of grinding involved to get this weapon completed. But it is what it is. I just like I want that to be my Glamour going forward. I thought grinding would be right up your street though. In terms, I mean, I like some grind in this game. It just takes a while, and I'll show you what I mean. So the stage of the whole process I'm in involves you having to do this. There are 9 books. You have to get each book, and you can only get 1 book at a time. And you have to accomplish all the objectives within each book. So this book, and so all the books are exactly the same, except like they change the specifics, right? You have a list of enemies that you have to kill. So here are all the enemies. You have to kill 3 of this, 3 of this, 3 of that, 3 of that. Okay. So kill the enemies. You just have to go around the different places, find them, and kill them. Not too bad of a deal. Then you have 3 dungeons you have to do. Okay, that takes time. Fine. Fates. Fates are a thing that spawns in the world map. You have to do those. Sometimes it takes a while for them to even spawn, so that's a pain in the ass. And then there's leaves. Right? So it just takes a long time. It takes. If you dedicate a day to it, you can get it done, but it's like. It takes a while, and there's 9 books, so you have to do this you have to do these 4 specific things 9 times. And I've managed to complete 1 book within like the last 3 days, give or take. So it's just a pain in the ass. And to be fair, I've been doing other things. Like I just hit level 70, so I've been focusing more on gaining experience as opposed to doing stuff for the weapon, but some of my things have been cleared up now, so I can dedicate more time to it, I guess? I don't know. Alright, so let's do this. It's been a long time since I've done anything. I mean, that's not true because I've been playing this. I would have to grind the levels for this. A book stream? It's not a book stream. There's no reading involved, besides what I just showed off. It's been a long time since I've done any job quests for this, so I barely remember what we've done, or what I've done, because it would have been before I started streaming. But if I remember correctly, we were helping. All right, so Jenlins, this guy here, is like the captain of the Royal Guard here in the city, and they are paladins. And what happened? There was a whole thing with like the sacred sword that got stolen, and we helped it get recovered in the last story arc, let's say. So I don't know what's going to happen next. Oop, BRB real quick. Yep, no worries. We'll just get going here. All right, so there's Tournament of the Century. So we've here, let's just do a quick recap for my own sake, because I do not remember the whole details here. Okay, Disciple of War job quests, Paladin. Oh wow, I'm surprised this is here. It's not necessarily a job quest in the traditional sense, but it's here nonetheless. This is the quest you use to get the weapon I was talking about. But anyway, right, so we thought the guy who gave us our soulstone died, because he was on his quest to find the sword that I mentioned. So we were helping him trying to track down the people, I guess. But in the meanwhile, he was playing it off as he was dead. That's right. In order to kind of train this kid who was helping him to become a paladin of his own. And so at the end, he found the sword, I guess, but I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter too much. They found the sword and the kid became a paladin, so that's kind of what really matters. So all right, let's Samir, precisely the man I wish to see. I have something in my care for you. Oh? An invitation to the fighting tournament to be held at the Coliseum. Not just any tournament, mind you, but the prestigious Ul Cup. Ah, really? Okay, we've heard about this before. Founded by His Royal Majesty Sasagan ul Sisigan, the first Sultan of Ul'dah. 'Tis nigh as old as the nation itself. Lest you wonder why you're unfamiliar with so old and prestigious a tournament. I've heard of it. Wait, it's because it has not been held in generations. At the Sultana's behest, it has been revived, and she now extends an invitation to Yarja's finest swordsman. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of something else. It stands to reason that your name would appear among the exalted company, and doubt not but her grace shall be pleased of your participation. So can we expect you to fight in the tournament? Sure, where do I sign up? Wonderful. By witnessing you in combat, I dare say all of us Sultan Sworn, both fresh recruits and veterans alike, stand to gain something in our duty to protect. The champion will be awarded a tome said to hold the secret techniques of the first captain of the Sultan Sworn. With such a enticing prize to an offer, no small number of invitees have already confirmed their participation, I myself included. Oh, it'll be really interesting to actually fight you. You should confirm yours as well, by making yourself known to the tournament registrar at the Royal Promenade. Okay. And actually, that reminds me, I completely forgot. Just as an addendum to the samurai thing before we were done. So we looked at the gear, right? I've done this with all the other stuff. Taking a look at the ability I just got. So, delivers an attack with a potency of 850 to all enemies in a straight line before you, and it can only use it every 2 minutes. It won't be that much longer. Probably another hour and a half at most, and that should be done. But this is interesting, because this is quite literally my most strongest attack now. Because this was my strongest attack. And this was 800 potency. So that's... I need to figure out on my own time when best to kind of weave that into my rotation, I guess. Because that'd be really... really important to use to make sure I have the best... damage output as best as possible, I guess. So... just something to make sure I mention as well. So, alright. Back to Paladin. I'm gonna have to tap out if it's that long. It's 1:30 here. Oh, Jesse also says hello. Hi, Jesse. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. Again, you don't have to stay. I'm happy for you to be here to begin with. So, if you have to go, you have to go. Greetings to you, good sir. Are you... well, you know, I won't be dilly-dallying as much as I did last time, so most likely just an hour. Are you come to here to enter the cup? Your invitation, if you would be so kind. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying you're free to go as you please. All right, so we're going to enter this tournament, and the prize is a really secret technique of some sort that we can potentially learn. So, wait, you're participating too? To think I might have the chance to cross swords with a fabled hero such as you. The tournament cannot begin soon enough. Bartholomew is also one of the like leaders in the thing. Child. You need to wait long. The opening ceremony will begin any time now. They gather at the Gladiators Guild. Okay. I will go there then. Speak with the tournament participants. Alright, and just based on how the story is going so far, it might just be pretty straightforward. Like, each quest will be me fighting someone in the tournament, maybe. If something else doesn't happen in the meanwhile. Look at you wielding the one sword I've been wanting to fucking use, you ass. You're wielding Cortana. I want it. Okay. Here, I'll go with a substitute for the time being. I will purposely cast a Glamour on it now. I don't like doing it this way, but it works. All right, so now I look the part. Samir, it's good to see you. Oh, Constant. Fucking hell, I just realized who it was. I'm trying to like bash on this guy. Like, hey, you look. This is literally the guy I was just talking about. It's the kid who we helped become a paladin in the last story arc, and he's quite literally wielding the weapon that the famous weapon that was what you call it that was stolen. No wonder it looks so similar. I was like, wait, Constant, it's good to see you. I'm correct in assuming that you are participating in the tournament. Yes. Wonderful. Raw that I still am, I also received an invitation. Captain Gentleman's work, I suspect. But know that I do not intend to simply make up the numbers. Since last we met, I have trained without cease. Such improvements I have made, and I hope to demonstrate to you in a rematch. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Black Lotus. Who the fuck is this? And go in a first-person view here. You don't look like a paladin at all. I mean, you have the sword, but you... Oh, okay, I see the shield on his back. It's kind of melting into the wall. Which, funny enough, okay, I've been dying to fucking use this, and I don't know why I've never... Okay, there's an emote I learned recently, and I've had it in my inventory for the longest time. Oh, wow, that's horrible. It's... Really? That's how it works? That's horrible! Okay, I need to like turn around without like leaving. Okay, wow, okay. I thought the emote would work a little bit better. Let's see. There you go. That doesn't work that well because the wall has a... I need a flat wall, damn it! I can actually do this. There you go. I can lean against the wall too now. Anyway, it's an emote that I've been wanting to learn for a while. You got business with me. Too bad I got none with you. Leave me be and find someone else to bother. Like Mila? You're fighting the tournament. You look pretty strong, but it's Black Alice that's gonna win. That's Lotus. Black Lotus. Yeah, what he said. He's the strongest, and he always protects me. If you fight him, you better watch out. Okay, he's probably gonna be like the final fight in this, most likely. Because he's the weirdest out of the bunch. Samir, have you spoken with the captain? He is holding onto your invitation. I already entered. Marvelous. We are looking forward to witnessing your skills at arm, and if the gods are good, I shall witness them up close and personal. Yeah, it's like kick your ass, but no offense. What? Wait. No, that's not... Okay, never mind. I thought it was, but you're from Ishgard. I perchance in the tournament. Well then, this is becoming infinitely more interesting. Lest you wonder, I'm joining the field as a representative of the Temple Knights. For the honor of our order, I have every intention of winning. Do not hold back, my friend, because neither will I. Shit, I don't remember who you are. You aren't one of the brothers. Is he one of the... I think he's one of... Right, I think he's one of, like, the second of command of the Temple Knights in Ishgard. I should know who this guy is. I'm unfortunately do not remember. Shit. I think he is. I think he's like the second in command. Or I guess third in command, because Emmerich is the commander, and then okay, I'll confirm that later. Shit, I should know who he is. Damn it. These are all people we've met before. Franz, who's this? This is a new person. And what can I do for you this most bodacious of evenings? Shall I sign your flyer with my mark, perhaps? A contestant, really? Well then you would do well to pray you are not drawn against me. Before my bodacious skills, your defeat is all but assured. Okay, flamboyant asshole. Don't expect to win against me that easily. And wow, I haven't been in here in forever. So this is the guild hall for gladiators, which eventually become... Gladiator? Yeah, gladiator, and which eventually becomes a paladin. So this is where you start training. When you're level 1. I haven't been in here in like a really, really long time. It's a little nostalgic, even though it's just a room. It's... Again, there hasn't really been a reason for me to come in here, so it's just kind of nice. And the guildmaster. I haven't spoken to the guildmaster in ages either. Oh my god. The fact that the quest is actually bringing me to her. Well, Vincent Samir, that you would visit us at this juncture could only mean one thing. You entered the O Cup. That is correct. Good, good. You are one of the very best, and it pleases me to see you continuing seeking new challenges. And mark my words, this will be a challenge like of which you have never experienced. This tournament brings together the realm's finest. If you are to rise above them, nothing less than complete preparations will suffice. Speaking of preparations, have you apprised the rules? Then allow me to explain. The tournament is elimination. You lose, you go home. You win, you advance to the next round, match. And on it goes until a champion emerges. The bandits are initially divided into two groups, Nald and Thal. Sounds fancy, but they're simply labels given the two branches of the tournament tree. One of your potential opponents. Knowing is half the battle, and... Oh, I know her! She was in one of the prior story arcs with her on the left. Wait. No. She was not in a Paladin quest line. She was in the Realm Reborn Hildebrand storyline. That's right. She was kind of like cheating in the tournaments. Who needs to protect their organs? Yeah, because boob armor. Because fantasy women armor makes total sense. Right, so she was cheating in the tournament and like paying to like win and stuff. But we kind of found out and some stuff happened, but she went on the straight and narrow after that, so she's doing things legit, so. Yeah, and him I don't remember. The Bronze Bull, I don't remember the Bronze Bull. Oh, this is the man who forged me my wing. Oh, okay, right. Wow, they're okay. So they're pulling from multiple quest lines here, which is really fascinating. You put a lot of fancy gemstones on your breasticles to distract men, and then you heavily armor the things that entrance men's easy clap. Yeah, agreed. Uh, that's funny. Anyway, I already explained her. So she's from the Hildebrand's quest line, which is, you know, the Hildebrand quest line is all just slapstick humor and stuff. He's from the blacksmithing quest line. So one of the crafter quest lines, and you have to make him a new sword. Wow, that was a while ago when I did that. I'm surprised I remember now. Glad to know we are on the same page of it. Yes. Tis a fine weapon. I'm wholly satisfied with it, but do not think that this earns you a favor should we meet in the tournament. Indeed, any less than my all would be an affront to both blade and blacksmith. All right, opening ceremony is about to commence. Let's go. I guess I'm not fighting her. I'm fighting that guy. It's this motherfucker again. Dower Meadow. Yeah, he was involved in that storyline with Hildebrand as well. That's how he got involved with the other girl earlier too. So today I bid you welcome to the Coliseum for a truly special event. To introduce it, it gives me great pleasure to call upon Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Nanamo. For Caitlin, prepare your child remarks in 3, 2, 1. Alright, let me give you a little bit more time. 5. Now. Oh, children. There you go. And not just any child. Queen child. She is the leader of Ul'dah. Very important person here. Queen, not princess, but sure. She is the Sultana. Let's use her proper title here. Generations ago, my ancestor Sasagan Sisagan founded a tournament to celebrate the skill of the nation's finest swordsmen. 100 years have passed since it was last held. By this declaration, I do hereby revive the Ul Cup. Let it be known that all proceeds from this event shall go toward our continuing refugee relief efforts. All proceeds, I misread that. From this event shall go towards our continuing refugee relief efforts. Okay. Is this happening? Actually, never mind. It's fine. My dear combatants, my fellow citizens and I look forward to an inspiring performance from all of you. May now the fellows give strength to your sword arms. But my tired brain is now telling me that this small child is also a dried grape. Why is that what? I don't understand what that means. Yeah, but basically female sultan, yeah, so she is the leader of one of the leaders of Ul'dah. Okay, I never heard that before. Sultana is also the name for a dried grape. Usually when I hear dried grapes, I think raisins, because that's literally what they are. Thank you, Your Grace. Next, I would invite Master Adrian, a Coliseum columnist of the Mithril Eye, to share some insights on the combatants. What is this, a news story all of a sudden? Waldauer, it says to a diverse field is seen as the Bloodsands. In addition to everyone's favorite gladiator and your friendly neighborhood Sultan Swarm, we have an Ishgardian Knight as well as an acclaimed adventurer. Truly a colorful cast of characters, all of whom bring their own unique takes on swordplay. With such an eclectic mix of fighting styles clashing, would you say that we're in for a veritable treat in the senses? All right, enough with that. News story, we're having a tournament, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Next quest is at 63, blah, blah, blah. All right, moving on. Let's get this done. All right, Guildmaster. The tournament brings together the realm's finest. If you are to rise above them, nothing less than complete preparations will suffice. Before your turn comes to step into the arena, I suggest you put what time you have to good use, be it honing your skill or upgrading your gear. How fare you of late? Life of Guardian is never easy, but I cannot complain. Certain members of the guild have achieved greater recognition in recent days, which has led to a surge of applicants. They are eager to learn, I will grant them that, yet they struggle to grasp the basic skills. The basic skill. For example, the other day I was explaining the concept of eliciting an opponent's enmity. Sure you recall the lesson. It is involved shouting at marauders. One recruit took forever and a day to understand that his words were not enough, that he needs the motion to himself to achieve the full effect. Even now, I cannot fathom why he struggles so. What is a gladiator? Like, come on. Oh, so it's Sultana Raisins, but everyone I know seems to omit the raisins from their name. Sultanas are a white grape. Ah, okay. White grapes. Actually, I was thinking, okay. I'm thinking of yellow raisins, but that might not be quite right. Sultana raisins. Yes, I am Googling it because they just look like normal raisins. Never mind. Oh, they are the yellow ones. Never mind. Yeah, so white grapes, when you dry them, or green grapes, really, they turn into like a yellowish color. But I did figure that all. It's all good. Anyway, whatever. I don't know why I had to. The more you know. Okay. I don't need to prepare because I'm level 70, and this quest is for level 63, so I think I'm good. And I am well experienced as playing as a tank, so it begins, Samir. There are 8 companions in each group, meaning you must triumph in 3 bouts in order to advance to the final. And the opponent of your first bout is Bartholomew of the Sultan Swarm. Defeat him and you will face your next victor. Okay. And this is the way here. I can't wait to have your ass handed to you from this. I highly doubt that's gonna happen, but if you want to bet something, you're more than willing to put up something for it. If I lose, I don't know what you would want. Nor that I would want anything from you either, so it's fine. I don't know. I'll just do something silly. How about that? I don't know. Something silly of your choice. Tell me to do something funny or silly of your choice and I'll do it. Okay, to think that I'll draw you for my first opponent. Thank the heavens, even as I curse them. But no matter who my opponent may be, I shall fight with all my being. For the pride of the Sultan's Sworn. See you in the Blood Sands. Alright, here we go. Level sync is in effect, so yeah, I'm gonna be level 65 for this. Or at least 67? Yeah, 65. Okay. So I'm not even gonna have all my abilities, but... It begins! The first match of the fall group. Bartholomew takes on Samir. I don't need a tank in this, but I'll put it on anyway, regardless. Is that all you got? How about no? Oh, I can't actually stun him. Interesting. Okay. I meant to get the final hit because my dot hit you. My damage over time killed you. And I won. The next match. Oh, I'm getting to the next fight already. That's interesting. The Bronze Bull. Alright, the guy that we gave the sword to. Low blow. You ass. How can you be so strong? Easy enough. Oh, we're just doing the whole cup right now? Really? Okay. Alright, hand the loop. Alright, gonna have to be. Oh god, he's kicking my ass. What the fuck? Okay, he's actually kicking my ass here a little bit. Where the fuck are you? Alright, we're good. I have to be careful here, because I have limited options to heal. I can heal if I need to, but... Alright, let's reduce his output of damage. Oh, okay. Crushing blow. He's trying to one-shot me here, apparently. I'm not gonna let you cast that. Let's heal up a bit. Now they're actually making me fight for real here now. Like, I have to actually be kind of a little bit careful. And some victory's yours, hero. And done. He was actually hitting me pretty hard, too. Like, I wasn't even thinking about trying to use my defensive mitigation stuff, but, yeah, I was like, oh god, he's hitting me hard. Okay, let me actually pay attention. And I have limited options to take care of myself there, so it's like... Or in terms of healing, that is. And that completes all matches in the Thaw group. And what heart-stopping encounters they were. I'm surprised we got through all the stuff here in the first quest. I'm kind of surprised. The crowd expected and the combatants delivered, not least of all the group winners, Samir, who have carved a convincing path to the final. Shall we retrace his steps for those who came in late? Samir's first match pitted him against Bartholomew. I just literally did it. You don't have to tell me that I did it. I fought the Bronze Bull. Employing blistering techniques seldom seen this side of the Eorzea, the Ishgardian visitor had looked dangerous indeed. If truth be told, for a moment there I feared for Samir, but the adventurer dug deep to secure victory and a place in the Ola Cup final. The mere rememberings is set to make my heart race. Okay? I don't think so. Because he's still a scrub in terms of, like, experience and things like that, so... Take deep breaths, my friend, for there's still more excitement to come. The Nog group matches are due to commence shortly, with the likes of the first sword, Miley taking the blood sands. Okay. So they did our bracket first, and now they're going to do the next bracket. Okay, apparently there's like a conspiracy or something here. Children, the free Paladin I told you about is living up to expectations, Wait, they want me to win? Keep up your winning ways, my friend, and win us a fortune. Yeah, so when you come to Ul'dah, a lot of the... So, again, there's the Sultana, but she does not have full power over the country. She serves with a council of... I forgot what the term is called, but, like, they're all, like, the richest businessmen in the city. So this whole city is just based on, like, these rich, snobby fucking assholes here, like these people, who only care about, like, making money, really. So we'll just see what happens here. Not raisins, Sultana. Okay, why do they want me to... Well, I guess they want me to win because they can bet on me easily, I guess. I don't know. Good fight, mate. You were magnificent. Our match will remain etched in my memory and inspire me always. I have absolutely no answer to you. Such precious things you must have protected to become so strong. As you know, we Sultan Storm live to protect her grace, the Sultana. By any measure, this is a vital duty, and ever do I strive to be worthy of the role. But crossing swords with you this day, it has given me time to think that perhaps it is not enough. Whatever it is that I yet lack, perhaps I shall find it in witnessing you. I thought I had something of a chance, but I was clearly getting ahead of myself. You gave me a thorough schooling, and I meant to take that lesson to heart. You low-blowed me several times, asshole. I thought we were cool. I made your sword that you're using, you ass. You kicked me in the nuts. You're lucky I don't shank you right here where you stand. Oh my god. You can put her in a burlap sack and run off with her. You can do that with any of the Lvls. Or, you know, children. I thought anyway. Though my tournament may be over, I shall remain at Ul'dah to watch the matches to come. And I believe I shall speak for all of us here when I wish you the best of luck. Our hopes go with you now, my friend. A woman named Mila was looking for you. If you haven't already spoken with her, mayhaps you should seek her out? You can put her in the correct name. Speak with Mila. Oh, you mean the Guildmaster. A place in the final. I knew you had it in you, but to witness it all unfold was nothing short of awe-inspiring. The winner of the Null group will score off against you for the title, and suffice to say, I intend to be that person. I shall see it to a match that between us becomes a reality, and I hope that I can count on your support. Ah, she's actually taking part in the tournament. I would actually kind of find that really cool. To fight the Guildmaster. She taught me everything I knew. In a way. The Null groups matches are ready to begin. As you will eventually be fighting one of us, I suggest you watch every match closely. The tournament usher outside will grant you access to the viewing gallery. Now then, I'll be set about my own preparations. I'll be speaking with you again later. That's a cool glamour on this person. I swear, the women get the best glamours, man. I wish to pick the female character now, to be honest, but yeah, not bad. And no, I'm not staring before you say anything. Will you be watching the null group watches? Yes, I will. Let's go see how this. Just play the entire game on your female tune. I mean, it would take so long. It would take so long to do it. Like, I don't know. Also, because you said it, stop saying it. I beat you to it. That's. And so the null group has paired on the two combatants. While wait for the match to begin, let us look back on the group's notable encounters. In the first round, Franz, Consonant. Consonant is the kid that we know. Who won? Okay, they're gonna show us. Consonant won! Yes! Okay, cool. Yeah, Franz the freaking flamboyant asshole here. Yeah, nope, get out of here, asshole. Undoubtedly one of the upsets in the tournament, and most upset for all the maidens the realm over. Who cares? Okay, Constant won, which is great. And then the Guildmaster lost or won against him, which makes sense. The Guildmaster is well more experienced. It was plain that his sluggish movements, that Constant's early exertions had taken their toll. He got tired from the last fight. Meanwhile, the first sword was all business. With her textbook perfect technique and methodical maneuvering, she took firm control from the halfway mark and did not let go until her opponent was on his knees. Yep, makes sense. And so Milia will be taking on the Black Lotus. I want to see this. Hold on. Let's do this in all. Oh, snap. She lost. And the Black Lotus advances! Oh no! Alright, I just wanted to see the fight with, without the stuff in the way. Let's head back. In another nail-biting clash, the first sword showed her class against an unknown opponent. However, the Black Lotus kept with her blow for blow and seemingly out of nowhere clinched victory with a magnificent parry. So sublime was the timing. It calls to mind the Sword of Nald. I can definitely see the resemblance, and with a sublime strike, our second Old Cup finalist has been decided. Smyrna will take on the mysterious Black Lotus in a battle that promises to go down in the Colosseum. Nay, an olden history. Please look forward to it. I know I will. And he looks up to me. I see you. You beat my guild mistress. not the way. Guild master, not guild mistress. The connotations are. She lost. Mila lost. Bah, so much for the lauded first sword. What will we do? The Black Lotus could ruin everything. If he ends up winning the tournament, we'd be neck deep in debt paying what's owed. Fret not, my friend. We already know Black Lotus's strings. As a matter of fact, we are pulling them as we speak. What? Truly? They're trying to game the system here. Do I not always say one can never have too many guarantees? For a temper tantrum, yeah. Get the garbage out of the way. To think that one more brutacious than me should be found in the Ishgard. Well, there's not for it but to train harder and grow more brutacious. Oh god, fuck off, dude. I don't even care. Just shut up. Go away. Hey, good show, Constant. You did really good for a new Paladin, for that matter. So yeah, good work. Amelia is truly a complete fighter. She gave me a few She gave me nary a flaw or opening to exploit. I can see why she is the guildmaster. Well, my little campaign may be over, but I take heart in knowledge that yours continues. I shall pray for your victory. He's going to end up in the DLC for your dead grill game in the brothel. Not if I have something to say about it. I will kill him personally. From fatigue to sheer strength, that Black Lotus was a class above me in all aspects. What's more, he fought with a ferocious style that resembled... But never mind that. Dwelling on it won't change the result. I was bested in a fair contest, and I shall give credit where it's due. My only regret is that I could not meet you in the the final Samir. It falls to you now to bring pride to our guild's name. Oh, and after the match, Black Lotus came and said that he wished a word with you. The way he mentioned your name gave me the impression that he knew you, but then again, many people do. At any rate, I don't see any harm in obliging the man. If you could spare a moment, he asked you to come to the quicksand. Okay. But I don't? That I won't kill him? If he shows up in my other game? Which he won't? I'm confused. Guess we're just gonna wait over here for him. Essential party member. Oh no. Oh no. You can threaten me all you like, but I ain't pulling out. It's poor form, see? Well, far be it from me to ruin your form, but there's a trivial matter I would bring to your attention. You bastard. Very trivially, yes? I'm sure you would make the right decision. This motherfucker. He kidnapped that kid that was with him, didn't he? You don't have to say in if he will be in there or not, because you aren't a developer. Yeah, that's true. Look, I know I asked you to come here, but something's come up. We'll have to do this another time. Yeah, definitely that kid got kidnapped. I can almost kind of read the story here. So either I feign the... Oh. So basically, he has to throw the fight. I think that's what has to happen here. But I'm gonna fight it like normally anyway, as it seems to me at this point. I don't know. Oh god. Now I'm yawning again. It's past 9 for me here, so this is the point where I start getting a little bit tired. Did you meet the Black Lotus? Yeah, but something's not right. Something is not right at all. So, are we talking about the child or the kid that was with him? The kid that was with him. Not the child. Yeah, I'm usually going to bed around 10 o'clock. That's just when my body clock is like, okay, time to go to bed. Yeah. Staying up late, like 11 o'clock is usually my latest, or 12. And then I'm just like, oh god, I need to go to bed. I'm so exhausted. Postponed, you say? I wonder what he wanted. If nowhere else, you could always try chatting in the arena. It would hardly be the first time folks got talkative in battle. I would say, though, the disappointment of elimination is swiftly giving way to anticipation. I look forward to seeing your clash with him, and needless to say, you could always come away with the win. It's time, Samir, the old cup. You have what it takes to win. Just fight as you always do, and the rest will follow. Yeah, he's gonna throw the fight. If my partner didn't have a say in it, my body clock defaults to like 4 to 5 a.m. as a reasonable time to sleep. I mean, some people are night owls. I understand that. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my regret to inform you that the Black Lotus has withdrawn from the match. Oh shit! Okay. I thought he was gonna throw the fight, but not just outright withdraw. Okay. In the absence of an opponent, the winner of the old cup is Samir by default. Hey, you don't think the rumors could be true, do you? What, the Black Lotus is Aldous, the gladiator who was banished from the Colosseum? Seems a little far-fetched, but you never know these things. Black Lotus has withdrawn. What in blazes is going on? We relay further information as soon as it becomes available. Please bear with us. Hey, I want my fight. Hey, how you doing? Oh, she's going away! No! What's the meaning of this? Apologies, Malay, but I'm as much in the dark as you are. It was the tournament registrar who spoke with the Black Lotus on the matter. Neither the organizer have the full grasp of the situation. It isn't uncommon for combatants to withdraw from a match, but when it does happen, more often than not, something illicit is afoot. While some may consider the default to be the sweetest word, I know that you do not. Nay, an unearned victory such as this rings hollow and brings you to no satisfaction. As such, I have mind to delve into what will certainly prove to be some dark places. May I rely on your help? Of course. Good. To begin with, let us go and ask the tournament registrar about his conversation with the Black Lotus. Stop staring at Rack, you made her run off, you perv. I'm sorry, okay? It's not on purpose. Wait, this is better. That is not how you spell that. It's, I'm sorry! Okay, I'm done. Wait. Yes, my lord. Black Lotus came and informed me that he is no longer wished to fight. This happened shortly after you entered the Anatorum. I assumed he would follow suit, but instead he declared his withdrawal. Stunned as I was by the time I had gathered my wits and thought to ask for his reason, he had spun on his heels and left. Oh, so he didn't give you a reason. He was headed in the direction of the Pearl Lane, I believe. If you wish to speak with him, I suggest you take your search there. Okay. Pearl Lane, where is that? Over there. Which means I have a bit of a walk, which, the easiest way... Wait, where the fuck am I? I'm in the... Oh. Right, okay. Okay, my throat's starting to kill me here. God damn it. Sorry about that. All right. Getting parched. Over here. And this way. the more I look at you, think it's not on purpose. Like, oh, that was him right there. I just have to walk up to him. Okay. Or... Well, I'd say it's time to come clean. Sharp as you are, you've probably seen through the masquerade anyway. Hey, it is Aldous. Okay, right, it only clicked up for me just now, like, wait, they were mentioning Aldous. The name sounded familiar. We met him, like, way early. Like, the first story bits for Gladiator, I think. Hey, good to see you. See, I'm like... Let me guess, you demand to know why I abandoned you at the arena. I'll tell you that and more besides, but this stays between us, understood? Since we took care of business with Lvl and I left Ul'dah, I've been roaming the land like a proper vagabond. Right, he's kind of the one, I don't, how do I put this? We were learning stuff from the Guildmaster, but this guy was like involved in a way. I don't quite remember what happened. Again, this is so long ago. More than like a year, almost 2 years at this point. So I don't remember the story, but something happened where he had to kind of leave Ul'dah. In the course of which I helped a child in need. You've already met the little scamp. I came upon him one day, all on his lonesome, a face caked in dirt. A war orphan, like so many out there. Upon learning what I do, or did for a living, he decided that he must learn swordplay and begged me to teach him. Wouldn't take no for an answer, the stubborn bugger, and he's following me around ever since. Now those that came to me with threats, they mistook the boy for my own and took him hostage, and demanded that I pull out of the tournament. If it were just my own head, I wouldn't think twice about risking it, but I won't gamble with someone else's life. The boy may not be my flesh and blood, but he's in danger on my account. And here we are. Yes, I was right. So what can I say? In spite of myself, I've taken to the rascal. I knew it was you from the moment we fought. Emilia, my dear, you are ravishing as ever. That's right, this guy is like in love with her or something. I remember that. Spare me. All the time and you couldn't bestir yourself to send a single goddamn letter. Easy on the anger now. To be right shamed to line that beautiful face with wrinkles. Or he's just like a playboy, really, when it comes to her. That's neither here nor there. Now tell me why you've returned. Low spat going on stream. As hasty as ever too, I see. If you must know, rumor had reached me of a free paladin named Samir the Knight whose skills were beyond compare. Precisely how far beyond compare had his skills become, I simply had to see, nay, test for myself. So I made my way back to Ul'dah. When I returned, I learned that the prestigious Ul Cup had been revived. If Samir enters, I'd get my wish. If he doesn't, I just have to settle for winning the tournament and resume my wanderings. With a little help from an old friend, I acquired an invitation and found myself a suitable, menacing, full-faced helm. Being something of a pariah, it wouldn't do to be seen, you see. If you went through all the effort to fight for the sake of fighting Samir, why didn't you withdraw? Simply put, to make way for money. Not mine, mind you, but someone else's. As you know, the tournament of the scale sees stupendous sums of coins moved, and there's some who would stop at nothing to ensure that it moves their way. Yeah, so the whole black market gambling stuff going on here. Well, it turns out the Black Lotus was standing between an especially unscrupulous crew and their fortune, so they took my boy and threatened his life. Boy? Aye, well, it's a rather embarrassing tale. Let's save it for after I've a few tankers in. Someone wants you to win, Samira, at all costs. While I do not disagree with their choice of champions, their method don't sit well with me. But I'm afraid the rest will have to wait. The danger hasn't passed. Though I did as I was told, they haven't kept their part of the bargain. I made to mount a rescue, and for this I could use your help. Damn straight, let's get in there. I knew I could count on you. First of all, we must track down these match fixers. Child abducting villains. And for the sake of haste, let's split up and investigate. If you can ask for after any shady sorts in these parts, I'll see to the nearby areas. Okie doke. A child? What the seven hells did? It's not his blood child, you idiot. She's Definitely a lower spat. She's like, she keeps kind of like stonewalling him in a way. But now she's like, wait, what? You have a kid? We have to find a child abducted. You have to be very specific there. There's a difference. Oh, that's funny. It is old after all. There's all sorts of shady people here. Can I help you? Thanks for the heals? Random player? What the fuck? What was that about? Wait, where'd he go? Oh, he disappeared. Pingu McPingerson, 1010 Penguin. Penguin. I wasn't paying attention to the name, that's funny. Gambling, match fixing, whatever are you talking about? Kidnapping, oh god, I never imagined they'd go that. Me and my big mouth talk or I cut your throat. Alright, I'll tell you what I know. At least I can do is clear my conscience. The black market bookmaker, he has no established base. The better to avoid the authorities, but right now he has a lackey near the gate of fall. Say to the fellow the words, doubt the truth, and he'll tell you where to go. Now let me be, and you didn't hear any of this from me. Pingu McPingusin. That's hilarious. Actually, on that note, saw this little guy following me as my minion. You were, let's see, do I have, when did I get all these? Oh my god. I didn't even realize I had all this. Oh, wait. I know I have more than that. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is the only cat I have. And if you are a fan of Monster Hunter, I don't know. Are you a fan of Monster Hunter at all? Probably not. It's another JRPG, really, but never mind. That was the only cat. You mentioned a cat that one time when like a cat was following the person. And so I was like, oh wait, I have a cat. Sort of. So Monster Hunter World. This guy comes from Monster Hunter World, basically. If you want to look it up, but I'll leave it at that. It was a tabby, not a furry. That's the closest thing I have, okay? I'm sorry. What are you gopping at? Piss off. Oh wow, it's one of these where I actually have to type it out. These are awesome. Doubt the truth. I actually have to type the damn thing out. And it is actually case sensitive. The truth. You can't see me typing it because it's blocked out right now, but... Oh, a customer. Collecting, are you? Then it's over by the Sultan tree. Just so you know, it might be a bit noisy. My mate, there's babysitting at the moment. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, you idiot. Oh, it's outside. And over here, for that matter, too. I'll let you off. Here, you'll have to do with a doggo instead of a cat. A flying doggo. Yeah, what do you want? Your clothes, your boots, and your chocobo. Give me all. You want my what? Whatever the crown is, get him. I want all your stuff. Undress for me right now. I see that trend today is gonna carry on, huh? I just want to steal people's clothes, apparently. Stop it. It's not on purpose, I'm telling you. I swear it's not intentional. Uncle Aldi, I'm so sorry. If only I was stronger. There's nothing a little training won't fix. By the way, have you thanked Samir yet? Oh, right. Thank you for saving me, Samir. At first I thought you were one of the crooks, but you're a really nice person. Oh, and you're really strong as well. I'm gonna train hard so I can be strong too and look after myself. Allow me to also thank you, my friend. Unless you wonder, I haven't been idle either. I managed to find solid evidence implicating the XIV sword Ode, our friend whom you saw me have a chat with. The brass blades have been alerted to his shenanigans, and he'll trouble us no more. Wait, did the boy just call you uncle? Aye, well, I'm a little too far gone to be his playmate. What of it? Wait a minute. Don't tell me you assumed he was, you know, oh god, the goofy music. That certainly explains your black mood. To prevent further misunderstanding, he isn't mine. I chanced to help him and we become fast friends is all. Oh, well, she's being so tsundere right now. Well, it's not like I cared or anything. I literally was just like, it's not like I cared about it or anything, Baga. It's just, given how long you were gone, it wouldn't have been surprising, is all. Will you two shack up already? It takes a lot longer than that to grow this big. This is nothing to laugh about. Why are you calling me a weeb? Anyway, all's well that ends well. It's just a pity that the dream match between me and Samara could not be. Don't be so quick to give up. You have evidence that you're being threatened, have you not? I believe there's a good chance we still make it happen. The old club generated such excitement as the Coliseum has not seen in generations. I have no idea about half the words you just called her. I call her a tsundere. Tsundere? I think that's how you spell it? That might be the wrong spelling, but... minus the H. Yeah, minus the H, and that's right. Feel free to Google that. Basically, a girl who's like acts cold and like mean and stuff, but actually cares about you. So it's an anime trope. That's all it is. So yes, you can call me weeb. It's fine. Whatever. Oh god. It's a weeb word. I'll lodge a formal petition as a capacity as a guildmaster. The match will take place. Just you watch. That's my Amelia. As brilliant as you are, beautiful. The first word is as good as her word, my friend. Our match is guaranteed a thing. When we finally meet in the arena, let's hold nothing back. And no hard feelings if I win, yes? No hard feelings if I win. Alright, let's return to Ul'dah. Ulda. Right. And the Gladiators Guild. Oh, geez, my throat is killing me here. Alright, so this is the end of the quest, and we'll have one more to do. My thanks, Samir. With your help, not only were we able to save Aldous' boy, we may yet spare the tournament an unceremonious end. All that remains is to convince the organizers to host the final. Knowing them, I pressed the button by accident. Anyway, on the subject of why I would thank you to keep my little misunderstanding to yourself. Don't worry, you tsundere little... whatever. Wow. You can be tsundere to him all you want, it's fine. Now then, I must about my own business. Until such time as the match is confirmed, take whatever rest you can. Alright, and the last quest, okay. So I'm very curious to see how the gear looks like, but I'm also looking forward to getting this. With a twinkle in her eye. The Coliseum has agreed to host the Ult Cup finale. Ode has been apprehended. When all is in order, the tournament registrar will escort you to the arena. Suffice to say, I shall be cheering you on from the viewing gallery. Good luck, Samir. Give Alice a kiss for me with the rim of your shield. Oh, she hasn't fallen for me. And I think her and Aldous is an item that cannot be broken, so I will not be messing with that. And not my type either. This is it, my lord. No more sudden changes of plans. Are you ready to proceed? Alright, this I'm gonna have to actually be careful here. Use my defensive buffs. Use all my skills. And hopefully learn the new skill. Use the skills I've picked up recently. Samir is not an a-hole. Any hole a girl. Any hole a goal kind of man. What? Am I reading that right? Any hole a goal kind of man? Can note that down. All I said was she's not my type. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, at long last, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Ult Cup finale. You're being vulgar, it's fine. Before this starts, I want to know something. Is it true Black Lotus is actually Aldous, the Sword of Nald? What? Black Lotus, I must ask you to remove your helm. Yeah, he's gonna reveal himself. Balls, it's really him. What happened now? Nothing happened, that's what. Once expelled, the gladiator may not fight in the Coliseum again. There'll be no match. Yeah, so he was expelled. Aye, that's right. All this time it was me. I'm the last person who needs to be reminded of my own banishment. If you wish to call off the finale, then so be it. I'll not argue. Nonetheless, I ask you this. Will you not let Samir and I fight? We promise to give you a match that the bard shall long sing of. This is where I would scream, I don't care what y'all have to say. I'm fighting him because we're cool. Oh, come on. One of the greatest swordsmen of our age is about to cross swords with a fabled hero. And you have to, even to think about it, everyone here must be aching to see them fight. Is this not so? If there is any indication of dishonest conduct, I shall take his head myself. But give them a chance, I say. Remember the incredible performances they've given us thus far. And imagine how much finer it will be. Damn straight. The first sword speaks true. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. It would be a crying shame to have it end like this. She looks like a female Cloud. I mean, the only thing female Cloud about her was the blonde hair, but sure, her hair is not spiky at all, and she's not like... I don't want to say moody, because that's not correct. Sassy. Cloud is sassy. uh I listen to Melia. I came here for a finale and I want one, damn it. Me too. I watched Alice since I was a lad, and I want to watch him fight again. Let it happen. Rules be damned. Come on, Nanamo, please. Have you no objections to me? Okay, me and her have like a relationship here. We are like really good friends. So the fact that she would even like consult me here is like is important. And I shouldn't even say friends. It's like I don't know what the proper way to describe it is, because it's I would like she trusts me quite a lot. Like that's in terms of like a lot of the political stuff that happens in the game. I don't know if I would consider like us friends, but it's not a business relationship either. So I don't know what the technical term would be. I don't know. It's weird. Friends is too. It's more formal. That's the thing. Fuck buddies, come on. We don't have that type of relationship at all. I must confess that I too have awaited a match with bated breath. There will be time enough afterwards to revisit past misdeeds. Anyway, we have a history, which is, and she's relied on me a lot to help with a lot of things that has happened in the main story. And I honestly like she's one of the best characters in this game, hands down. Just for all the fucked up shit that happens to her and us as the main character. Like I talked about it before a lot. Like the end of A Realm Reborn, the base game, shit hits the fan and it centers around her. And whew. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for the time being. Don't ever change, Milia. Get a robe, you two. Your opponent is a sword of Nald. Ooh, that's a cool looking sword. Alright, am I gonna have a chance here to do this? Because I kind of want to. Oh, I'm in a event thing, so I can't do anything yet. Oh, come on, I didn't even have a chance to. I wanted to do my like an emote there. Oh well, that's fine. Alright, use my defensive buffs, and alright, get my rotation going here. Do that, do that. Dump my magic. Probably want to get out of the fucking... Let's get out of the magic, the wind. Okay. Get out of the way. Oh, he stunned me. No! Okay, he's not nearly kicking my ass like the other guy did. Oh geez, that again? Really?
Run!
And finish you off with my magic spells because... Can you withstand this? Like, nope. I'm not even gonna let you cast that. And I win. Magnificent performance from the start to finish. Such exquisite blade work I have seldom beheld. Now then, perchance you have heard that the champion would be awarded a rare tome, one which holds the secret techniques of the first captain of the Sultan's Sword. Papashan, if you be so kind. Ahem. If I might speak plain, your grace. The tome does not exist. What? Well, I see what you did there, Master Papashan. You revived not only the Sultan Segan's tournament, but his vision as well. I'm confused. What's going on? Old man child. Yeah. Seems a history lesson is in order. During his reign, the Sultan Sasagan ul Sisagan invited swordsmen from all lands of Ulda to fight with his own elite in tournaments. In time, such tournaments came to attract sellswords, giving rise to a national institution, the grand diversion that is the Colosseum, or division. While that was a defining development for Ulda, historians believe that in bringing together expert swordsmen, the Sultan's true intent was to advance the gladiatorial arts. But when the balance of power shifted away from the royalists, the royal house lost access to the enormous funds needed to host grand tournaments. To the revival of the cup, the promise of a non-existent prize, all of it was an emulation of the Sultan Sasagan's vision. You're most perceptive of all this. The true purpose in bringing together the highest names in swordplay was to raise the gladiatorial arts higher, as the Sultan once did. And though we walk in his footsteps, our destination lies a little further. For it is my hope that not only Ulda, but Eorzea as a whole is strengthened. From the Garlean menace to the beast tribes to their primals, the realm is faced with numerous threats. If we are to protect our homes and loved ones, we must keep our blades sharp and shields strong. Forgive me, your grace. Had you known there was neither tome nor technique, I feared you would not consent to the tournament. You should have consulted me from the first. As it stands, we must needs find another means of rewarding our champion. My dear Samir, speak unto me your desire. I shall do mine utmost to bestow it. A pardon for Alice. Definitely taking that. A noble request befitting your kind-hearted self. Ere I grant it, however, there is one thing I would know. Old man's child's glasses are so high up his face that they are nearly above his eyes. I am given to understand you were sentenced to exile for being party to bribery. Is this true? It is, your grace. I see. Very well then. I, Nanamo ul Nanamo, Nanamo ul Namo, Sultana of Uldai, do hereby absolve you of all crimes. Our furry nation has need of men of your strength and skill. No more than ever. 'Twould be unconscionable to cast you aside. And to the champion, Samir, I offer you my joyous congratulations. Your victory to this day shall long remain in our hearts and minds. Raisin Child did it. Pog. Though the tournament has come to a close, I pray that all of you shall ever strive to raise your art higher for the good of all the realm. Oh, right, okay, I need to go stop at Ishgard real quick. I want to make sure that guy is who I think he is. Okay, and that is the quest. Hey, Alice can actually come here for free now. He doesn't have to, like, run and hide. So there's a fight to remember. You've truly grown strong, my friend. Yeah, you were there from the beginning when I was level 1, so... good to see things come full circle. You're ever stronger than Uncle Ali. If I'm going to challenge you one day, I'm going to have to train extra hard. A well-deserved victory. Congratulations. You ever... you literally just said that. To think that such a motive existed for the tournament. We gladiators too must endeavor to do our part for the greater good of the realm. Hear, hear, my dear. But things must do, one must do to arrange a simple match with Samir. Judging by how quickly you've improved in my short time away, had we fought but a few days earlier, I like to think I would have come out on top. Sound good to return to the Coliseum? You have Her Grace's personal endorsement. I'd say that's about as good as one can get. And as a finalist in the Ult Cup, you would draw decent crowds. We'd be glad to have you back. Huh, I never dreamed that this day would come. Yeah, it's nice that he can actually not have to wander anymore, but will he continue to do that? And now that he can be here freely, shack up with the girl, damn it. Just do it. I'll resume my wanderings. Oh my god, I was just literally... God damn it. What? You're given a royal pardon, yet you're leaving Ulda again. Amelia, you watched Samira and I fight. For all my training during my travels, all the hardships I subjected myself to, I was no match for him. This point I still want for experience, for knowledge and skill, and I won't be at peace until I gain it. Surely you understand it? He's being selfish for his own sake. Yes, but... Worry not, Amelia. I'll visit whenever I can. After all, there's a filly back home whose whinnies incessantly after me. What? Wait. After all, there's a filly back home whose whinies incessantly incessantly after me? Oh wait, are you saying? I think he's messing with her, saying he has a kid at home. When they were just having that misunderstanding before. Gotcha. And you, my free paladin friend, not only did you oblige me with a match, you rescued my boy and defended my honor besides. For that, I cannot thank you enough. I learned much from our encounter, and I should be glad if you got something out of it as well. Can we do look forward to our next meeting? When we can simply score off with no complicating factors to distract us. Yeah, until next time, my dude. And that is that. Crossing swords with the realm's finest has raised you to greater heights. You have learned Passage of Arms. This concludes the Paladin questline. You must have Shadowbringers to do the next one. You must finish the main story quest, Shadowbringers, and you must do the world quest. Okay. Then you can talk to Genlins. Ah. I mean, I guess, but who cares what they want? I want my gear. Alright, so the cool thing, now that I finally have this ability is really cool. I already know what it is. It's used quite a lot, especially in raids, because it does this. And so what happens is, like the boss or something will do like a big raid-wide attack, and so everyone can stand behind me, and it's like I'm protecting them. And so it's a really cool ability. So specifically, increases block rate to 100. I'm kind of blocking the thing there. Increases block rate to 100% and creates a designated area in a cone behind you in which party members will only suffer 85% of all damage inflicted. So it's a nice way to like defend your party, which is really cool. Effect ends upon using another action or moving, including facing a different direction. So you have to stay perfectly still if you use it. So that is a oh fuck moment skill. So that moves off the little thing there, and that goes in my oh fuck, must use this immediately hotbar area. So let's do that right there for the time being. So it's like here, push. Okay, cool. So that's done. And now the last part, let's take a look at the armor. All right, so we have that I usually don't like. Usually when it comes to tanking stuff, you get like full-on helmets, and I don't like helmets because they cover my hair. But let's see. Oh man, I'm already loving this. Wow, okay. And very traditional Paladin colors too. You got the whites, you got the red, you got the blue. Very classic Final Fantasy 1 stuff. You got like the crosses on there. Oh, it would actually be nice if I turn on the helmet there so I can actually see what the headpiece looks like. And the headpiece is like this kind of tiara kind of thing. And it has like a little dangly piece. What's up with that? That's weird. I don't know if I like that. USA, USA. And the sword itself is actually kind of fancy. It kind of looks like tassels. Yeah, look at that. That's actually pretty nice looking. Huh. Yep, I think I regret getting the gear that I got earlier because I like this a lot better. Yeah, I like this a lot better. I can do what is this actually called? Yeah, it's a circlet. Okay. Yeah, I don't care about that. It doesn't cover my hair, thankfully. So you know what? Sure. Actually, don't do that. Okay. So we're gonna have to put this in our glamour box again. So we'll get to that. Actually. Yeah, and I can yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, so we got the major stuff we wanted to get done today, so we'll probably be ending soon here. There was, yeah, one more thing to do. Okay, but let's go put this in the glamour box real quick. Like we did with the other thing. That is not where I wanted to go. Yeah, so we'll be done here soon. How long was the stream so far? 3 hours and 24 minutes. Okay, not too bad. Okay, now unfortunately we're getting I hope I have enough space in my glamour box here because I'm getting kind of tight. I'm gonna have to definitely purge stuff out of my glamour box at this point. This is it's kind of ridiculous. I am meant to be doing some ESO with my best friend in 7 hours. Seems like I'm gonna need 20 plus alarms to wake up. Yeah, you should go to bed. we got the majority of everything we wanted to get done today. The rest is just like some minor stuff. So if you wanted to head out, you know, feel free. It's just some crafting related stuff I want to get done here real quick, and then that's it. Shit, let's see. This one? Yeah, I don't want that as part of the gear set, so the ah shit. Okay, I fucked up because I didn't update the gear thing. Put that away. Nope. Set all the alarms. Okay, let's see. All right, so the circlet, the surcoat. I like the traditional colors. That's kind of why I really like it. It's like I like this, and it has that Allegan theming to it, like, you know, the ancient tech kind of feel to it. But again, I really like the traditional colors and stuff with it. So it's just, that's just how paladins look from the days of Final Fantasy 1. So that is not the thing. This one right here. Gotcha. Oh, I need to put my shit away too. Let's go do that. Okay, and then so the antiquated this, and then the antiquated that. Okay, and don't forget the wait, the shield. The shield. There it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if I edit the plates, here we go. Yeah. So unfortunately, it's like I work so hard to get all this thing ready, and then it's like, oh, okay, so I'm just gonna change it now. Let's put the circle on. Let's put the that on, and then let's put the that on, and then that. There we go. And then this, we'll put the shield. Yeah, so you can see how much, like, I have like all this extra shit that it's just like not my time, worth my time right now. So cool, that'll do it. Save that. And the one thing I wanted to do was give Kuriyama, I had some old gear that I wanted to just have her hold. She holds all my rare gear at this point. Oh, I forgot to change back to the thing here, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. We're close to finishing up here. So the Shire Custodian. Oh, that is not what I want to put that there. So now I have none of my level 60 gear anymore, at least on my person. So I just want to put that away. Okay, so that will do it. We're done with that for today. To finish off, I just wanted to get this out of the way because I didn't want to include this in when I was saying such terrible things. Well, I said it out loud, so it's not like it was missed or anything like that. Okay, so switch out this, and there we go. So now we look the part. Okay, so like I mentioned, I just wanted to get some crafting stuff done. I already did all the crafting necessary for this, but I wanted to do the custom deliveries and just get those done out of the way, so they don't. I'm planning to stream long tomorrow anyway because I have a ton of side quest stuff I wanted to do. This is just really quick and it's not long at all, so let's just get this over with now. You missed me saying child to the one that walked in. It's fine. Okay, so our friend Minago here, we have been delivering custom-made goods to her. Let me switch over to a blacksmith. And so you can only give her 6 items per week, and the reset day is today. So I gave her a couple things. She's 1 item away from leveling up to her new. So you saw the one girl, the cat girl from way back in the other city. So this is exactly the same thing. We have this person now that we're helping, who happens to actually be another cat girl, surprisingly. Now that I think about it. Yes, the orphanage one. So this is exactly the same thing, but that one was for Heaven's Word, the last expansion. This person is for this expansion here. So I'm just cat girls. So just including that in the thing here. So giving her another thing here. That should max out our affection. They have to do it for now, Samara. Give me a moment to add this to our next outgoing shipment. And but see, we also have, not only do we have cat girls, we also have dragon girls. We'll get to her shortly. It's even better than we hoped, Samir. The Olden collectors did their best to outbid each other for our Far Eastern collectibles. The proceeds far exceeded our expectations. We've enough to expand our operations and start looking after even more families. So yeah, so like the orphanage girl, she's trying to look after the all the people who were affected with the war that happened here. Like all the refugees and all the resistance fighters who lost families and things like that. She's trying to help them out. So we're giving her goods so that she can sell, and then she can support those families. So excuse me, well, no one of consequence really. It was my son who fought and died for the resistance. I came to thank you for your kindness and generosity, especially at a time like this when everyone should be looking to bigger and more important challenges, like the rebuilding of our great nation. My son liked to say that when the fighting was finished, he would become a merchant. He'd sell anything and everything so that he could earn money and look after me. I suppose in a way he is now, but I give it all up and more if I'm sorry. I didn't mean to any disrespect for what you've done for me and mine, but thank you, good sir. Good day to you. Her son died when the main tower of Specula the main tower of Specula Imperatoris fell. That was disastrous. I was with Conrad before it happened, with him when he was urging those damn fool skulls to lay down their arms and surrender, and he managed to do it. And then Fordola decided to shoot on your own people. Part of me still wonders, did we owe it to them to try and save them too? To dig through the rubble and try to help the ones who were trying to kill us only moments before? Conrad would have wanted it, I know, but he was in no state to give orders, and those of us that were, well... So he died and they died. Conrad, our comrades, enemies that surrendered, those that didn't. Death all around and around. Not that any of us even had an inkling what was coming. Would Conrad have spent all that time negotiating if he had? Would he and full many others still be alive if he had... If, sodding if. Yeah, there's too many ifs here. Just, there's no point in thinking about the past at this point. What's done is done. No use dwelling on it. Best to look to the here and now, to what good we've done and what more we can do. All this talk about Conrad, I don't know if you knew, but he had a wife. I've not taken any guilt to her yet. Reckon she's like to refuse until she knows the others are being looked after. So I thought it best to wait. When the time comes, perhaps we ought to go and see her together. Will do. And we get all this stuff. My inventory is getting kind of full. Benefactor of the Resistance. Alright, I might need to... And yet there's still much work to be done. Has a new favor to ask of me. She wants me to make... And I've already prepared the items I need for this. If I hope I'm right. Yep, okay. I reckon it'd be best if we tried the... oh my god. I reckon it'd be for the best if we tried to trade in a more diverse range of collectibles. Next, I'm thinking we ought to try our hand at consolation prizes from the Gold Saucer. I trust you're familiar with the saucer and its many delights. It's no secret, but in case you are unaware, it employs more than a few Alamegans. One of them happens to be a friend of mine. I mentioned the fund one day, and just like that, we got ourselves a new partner in crime. Let me explain. The prizes are available only at the Gold Saucer. Gold Saucer. Commodities sold exclusively to them by certain select suppliers. We're now one of them, savvy? Ah, cool. I'll wager you don't think a soldier like me had any truck with places like the Saucer, eh? But you're wondering if I might run off with our profits and spend it all on NGP and silly hats. Yeah, don't do that. Please don't do that. With hair like this, like hells I will. Girl, rock that hair. Definitely rock that hair. Minago is a very close second waifu for me here. just gonna say that here. All right, enough talk. Let's get to work. It's ultimate bed hair. All right, I already know what she wants, and I already prepared the additional items needed for this, so I can just get those out of my inventory now. Not everyone can walk away from the saucer with a fabulous prize. Some people even prefer these, and there are even the others who won't ever bother to visit, but like pretend like they did, or maybe they got some other reason for buying them. Who knows? Now, in closer inspection, bugger me, you don't see something like this every day. What's the blue moon? Blah blah blah. Keep it up. Okay, cool. Samir is a furry. Sure. Right, so I crafted these items, and again, the whole collectible thing, you want to make them as perfect as possible, which I did, and I get the best rewards. And so I'm specifically playing as a blacksmith, so I can get I get 1,235,000. Actually, no, I'm getting this. Oh, actually, the experience rewards are the same. I just realized, huh? I get 1,235,520 experience points, which is a lot. But more importantly, I get the scripts. This is the thing I really care about. These will help me get like all the best items for the crafter class. The money is nice, whatever, and the affection, that's just gonna go up as usual, so nothing really special there. If he likes cat girls, they are on the furry scale. Yes. Okay, so she's gonna say exactly the same thing. Don't need to say anything there. Leveled up. Blacksmith level 50 or 67. All right, and take your last one. And so this will be the last one you get for the week, or the last one I can give her for the week. I'll have to wait until next Tuesday to give her more. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to get this one done and out of the way. Gotta say, Samir, you've done more than your fair share of the fun. Yeah, she's saying exactly the same thing. Won't want to impose on you any further. Rest up and come back for another round. Yep, she says the exact same thing when she tells you to bugger off. You've done enough for the week. Go away. You may begin making deliveries again starting Tuesday at 4 a.m. Earth time. Okay. So that's cat girls. Let's go talk to the dragon girl instead. All right, so similarly, we've been helping Kurenai here. Hi, Kurenai. So yeah, exactly the same thing. She's another person that we're giving items to help her people to get better. So her goal is to give her people items from the outside world, because like her community is so isolationist. But we've helped her and kind of like see the world, and so she wants to get them like used to like goods from outside, so that they're more likely to be willing to have outsiders come in and things like that. So that's her shtick at the moment. So right now she's been asking for harpoons, because her people live like underwater, so that they can fight sharks underwater and that kind of thing. And yep, so we've seen this already. And with this, we now have enough harpoons to arm our guards. Regular patrols may finally commence. Holy shit. Well, that was one of the new mounts that they added with the last with the event that happened recently. As anticipated, our guards were well pleased with their new harpoons. What I did not... Oh, and we have another child too, by the way. Yep, child. She's helping us with this endeavor. Our guards were very pleased with the new harpoons. What I did not anticipate, however, was that our youths would also take a shine to them. They were quite fascinated by its foreign construction. And this is the sort of delight for you, Hisui. Placing one's trust in land dwellers. I cannot think of a greater folly. It will not do for this sentiment to spread. Okay. The guy on the left is cool. He's fine. I don't know who this guy is. Lord Jikin and Lord Shisui besides. To what do I owe the honor? It has come to my attention that our citizens have are being led astray, seduced first by outsider medicines and now outsider weapons. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. They're very isolationist. They don't want outsiders to do their own, like, to be a part of their community, right? So I labor to comprehend how the princess could permit this. 'Tis bad enough that the guards have taken up these harpoons. Now our youth desires them too. Mark my words, this can end in naught but bloodshed. Lest we forget, but the Confederacy and the Kojin were dragged into Doma's bloody conflict against the Empire. Okay, so they're referencing the story bit that I just got done yesterday, where the alliance was made. Actually, no, they're just referencing the attack on Doma Castle. That's probably more likely, actually. Should their leader, this Lord Hien, learn that our people are arming themselves in his insatiable thirst for war, that's not Lord Hien at all, you ass. He will coming banging on our gates to demand our participation. Surely you see the danger. With respect, my lord, may I remind you that this is not the palace. There are eyes and ears all around us. Foreign ears and eyes. Eyes and ears. Shriosai knows us, and we're cool. We've gone through to get up to even doing this. He would be on our side at this point because we've helped him. I remind you also that of the agreement that you and your fellow elders would watch how the citizens respond to Her Grace's plan. As impartial observers, your word can ill be described as impartial. We have not to gain by cowering inside our little bubble. Nay, by shutting out the rest of the world in the name of tradition, we but consign ourselves to a slow demise. You presume to lecture me, Hisui. You who knows little and less of the worldly matters, whose sole purpose is to attend Her Grace. That's not true. She's gone on an adventure with us at this point. For a moment, though, I thought the princess herself was addressing me. You have ever shared her looks, but it seems you have taken on her mannerisms as well. That's because secretly that is actually the princess. She's using her sister or her friend as a body double. Yes, it must be all those years serving Her Grace. I have come to know her mind as though it were my own. Well, I suppose this is but a fleeting infatuation with the novel and new. Given time, the people will remember the dangers that lurk without and come to their senses. Of course, we got boomers trying to tell us what to do. Now, there's a man who you can love to hate. I take it he's the conservative in chief. You might say that, and yet, independent of his influence, many others harbor the selfsame fear. The fear that, by throwing open Suinosato's gates, we'd be swallowed up in a maelstrom of foreign agenda. When a simply bloody harpoon can trigger such a fearful reaction, your people really have no stomach for conflict. Well, no one with any sense would, but this is just unhealthy. Right, and this is exactly the reason why Suino Sato, you know, her community did not join the alliance that we made recently. Indeed, it is a rational fear ingrained in our generations and perpetuated by willful ignorance. If we are to free ourselves, we must have a chance to know the world above. Alright, so that is it for Kurenai. She has been leveled up. And now I'll give her the rest of her stuff for the week. Alright, so you now has a new favor for me, or favor to ask of me. Your Grace, if I may, there's a particular item that I would request of Master Samir. But of course, none among us is more familiar with our people's daily lives than you. What is it that ails them? As your Grace knows, we dwell at the bottom of the sea by virtue of the Kojin's enchantments. Yet though we have air to breathe and live, our home has ever been a bitterly cold place. Due to our closed environment, we cannot avail ourselves of the benefits of fire, and so we have had to endure, covering ourselves in such garments as we possess. While this may suffice for the young and healthy, the old and infirm struggle simply to survive. Yeah, it's definitely going to be cold under the ocean sea, so indeed, the cold has ever been a trial for us. Yet I have heard of a place above, far colder still, a land of endless winter where ice falls instead of rain. There a great nation thrives, and its people must have effective ways of coping in that frozen clime, such as guards of transcendent warmth. That's got to be Korthus, I reckon. I've never been that far out of Ul'dah, at least not until now, but you've definitely been there, right, Samir? Yep. Been there plenty of times. And made plenty of Ishgardian gear too before, so a more dependable adventurer I have ever known. I shall let you all return to your work then, by your leave. Alright, and yep, so the next thing she wants is Ishgardian style, like, warm, like clothing, I guess? I made it in advance because I knew this was coming up next. Okay. Child is like happy. Okay. Satisfaction guaranteed. Kurenai number. Okay, so the thing she wants now is the Korthan cold weather gear. Yep. And I made 3 to finalize the rest of the stuff I can give her for the week. It's just thick, warm garments. Not that we have could compare to this. This cloth we no longer shiver through the night. Now then, if I may take a closer look. By the Kami, not even the sun-illuminated splendor of the ocean can compare to its brilliance. Yours is the work of the divine, my friend. And again, over 1 million experience points. Nice. So let's do the last 2. And the last one. Bada bing! I offer you my humblest thanks. I'm seeing more smiles upon the people's faces, and it is due to your generous contributions. And you are quite welcome. Now get out of here and come back next week. Alright, so that will do. And part of it is, as well, you have a limited of 12 items per week you can give. So if I wanted to give Chloe back at the orphanage some stuff, I would not be able to, actually. So I have 0 allowances left, so that will do. And we got a ton of yellow crafter scripts from doing that, so let's immediately spend it on some stuff. I wanted to buy, so these are all the tools, the best tools for level 70 for all the crafter stuff. So definitely gonna buy all this, and once I get to level 70, I'll just have the gear ready to go. Okay, so that's for the alchemist. So I'll just buy those. And then last but not least, which I'll probably just wait until next week to buy these, the cooking or the culinarian tools. So I'll just buy the one thing for now, but my my armory chest is gonna it's counted as a weapon, but it's a tool. It's fine. Okay, cool. So that will do. I need to do like the gathering stuff at some point. Actually, I have all the gathering stuff already. I don't have all the gear yet, but doing the gathering stuff is it's a lot easier to do than the crafting for sure, because there's a lot of methods for doing the craft to get crafting scripts, but the problem is you have to get the materials to craft the stuff. And so it's either you purchase it from the market boards to craft it, or you get it yourself, and it just takes a lot of time. So the gathering stuff is just finding the stuff out in the wild, so that's a lot easier to finish than the crafting gear, at least. So I'll just wait for the week. The gathering stuff I can do on my own pretty quickly, actually. But let's see, here's the appraiser. So this person you can give, you can find this stuff out in the wild, and they're collectibles as well. So I don't know why I'm looking at this. So here, this stuff actually. These are the stuff you can craft, but these are the gatherings. Yeah, I don't want to gathering. I'm looking at the wrong damn thing here. You find this stuff out in the wild, you get a ton of experience points, and you get a ton of scripts. So it's very easy to do this. What you need is a skill passive that has someone who mails you crafting materials every 12 hours. Well, that's actually what the retainers do. The retainers, because I specifically made my retainer a miner and a botanist, and so I can send them out to go get materials for me. Which is kind of what I did earlier. Not exactly. I can't like... Oh, I can actually look at it. Okay, she has one in progress, but like this, I can go to botany and like, okay, hey, I want you to look for this specific item. She'll be gone for an hour. It says 50 minutes, right? And she'll give me 20 birch logs as an example. So it's not a passive thing like what you're talking about, but it's similar at least. So they can find the materials for me if I really wanted to do it this way. And yeah, it costs one venture. These ventures are what their currency that I pay them with. So that's why I picked her as a botanist, so that I can actually have her get stuff for me. And the same thing with the other one, Kuriyama here. She can get all the mining related stuff. So adamantite, quartz, you know, okay, you get the point. But again, it takes time, so it's like you have to wait the whole 50 minutes for her to bring back just a certain amount. So, but when it comes to the collectors, you only like this crafting stuff, right? So this is the stuff you would do if you want to get more crafting scripts. You would have to create all these items, but you only get like 70 at a time. or if you make it really good, you can get like 80 at a time, right? You would have to make like tons of them if you want to get all this stuff, right? Like you need to make like 30, 40 of them. It just takes way too long. Anyway, I think I covered that enough. So yeah, that'll do. That's on my own time with Gatherer. I'm not gonna really show too much of that. That's all I wanted to do today, so I think we'll call it a wrap. And just under 4 hours. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. I'm gonna start earlier than usual. I'm gonna start 5 p.m. Eastern, so 1 hour and earlier. And we'll get the side quest stuff that we want to get done before we're done with Stormblood officially. So, and we have all that listed out. So, yeah, that will do for today. We're getting close to the end. 2 more streams, and we'll be done with Stormblood. If everything goes according to plan here. Alrighty, well, good night everyone. Hope you have a fabulous Tuesday or Wednesday, I guess, for you, and I will catch you next time. As always, have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.